Oi, oi, oi. Hello, viewer. Today it's Sunday, November the 12th, 2023. I am Mr. Brune, and I trust you are all doing very well today. On this evening's live stream, we are discussing the goings on this week in the entertainments and on the social media. It was a week where some things happened in Hollywood and even more bad stuff happened in real life. Oh dear. So, and it's a big so. If you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through. Shall we get the guests out? You know it. Let's do it. Of course we should. Okay. First up, I would say from a VPN far, far away, but I think he's imploded. So next, she is the channel's very own dirty bird. It is Captain Vex Electronica.
Why, hello, Mr. Brown.
Oh, Vex. Hi.
How are you this evening?
I'm good. Spotty Wi-Fi. Good.
Well, that's quite a shame. I was hoping you could be spotty in other ways this evening.
Timing. How's your pussy?
Oh, quite smooth. Thank you for asking.
See, here you
How's
go.
yours?
See, here you go. They're coming in hot.
Hi, Chad.
Hello, chat. One of my pussies is sleeping
Oh,
on my bed.
it's quite a shame. You should be doing other things on that bed right now.
Later. After the stream. So you well, Vex, yes?
Yes, I'm doing all right. Thank you for having me back, and hello, everyone.
How's the channel going?
Channel's at a standstill. But much like everyone else, there will be a
Yes,
Marvels
yeah,
review
yeah.
on it very soon. So
Yeah, do we have an ETA Marvels review?
tomorrow, so Monday, November 14th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Nice.
Yes,
Great to have you on.
my pleasure as always. Let's meet the others, shall we?
Yes, okay. Who needs ESG points scoring when you've got this man on your team? Our own little kitty cats. Here he is, uninspired reviewer.
And the pussy has arrived to break the sexual tension, basically.
Yes, the biggest pussy on the channel is here, folks. Hello, my friend.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Have you been? You've been streaming, haven't you? You've been slutting around, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've been everywhere. It's like, the pussy's just everywhere. That's how
Everywhere
it
but the litter tray.
is. Oh yes.
How's the channel going, my friend?
No, it's going good. It's still rising, and yeah, Marvel's video, as Vex said, coming out soon too. So probably will help with the algorithm as well.
How many subs you on now?
I haven't checked in a while,
Oh,
actually.
the arrogance of the cat.
It's
The arrogance. The
so
arrogance.
4,568.
I hate you. You know that.
Oh, I love you, Mr. Brown. I couldn't say I hate you.
Well done, mate. Well deserved.
Thank
Shall
you,
we
thank you.
get the next guest out?
Yes, we
Mhm.
shall.
Okay. He's been away, folks. We see the good inside our next guest. He is the Dark Sith Lord, Chord, Little Platoon.
Good evening.
Hello there.
Hello, how is everyone?
Very
Not bad,
good.
Lord.
Now that you're
Good.
here.
We've missed you, Lord.
I've missed you too. It's been all of what, like a week and a half? 2 weeks?
It seems like forever. How's the channel going, my friend?
Okay, I think I haven't checked it this weekend, but usually
the
just ticking
arrogance.
along.
Ticking along, yes.
Yes.
What's up and coming, as if I can't guess?
To absolutely nobody's surprise whatsoever, The Marvels will be upcoming, hopefully next weekend, depending on who I can get on board to edit it, and also how long the script takes to do, because I've only just started it. In the interim, Ahsoka continues, so Ahsoka, the next part should hopefully be up tomorrow. So yeah, Ahsoka Monday and Marvels theoretically next Sunday, but I'm not now nailing myself down to that one yet.
You're a busy little platoon, aren't you?
As ever, as ever.
Genuinely great to have you on, my friend. Shall we get the last person out
Sounds like a plan.
for the time being? Hopefully, the droid will turn up. And last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. It is the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz. See, here you go.
I'm not eating. I was drinking.
Hey, shit.
That should be Ian. It's shit, David Diaz. Yeah. How's everybody tonight?
See, they're all
Tomorrow,
coming in. Look,
whatever. Well, you know,
they've got you back there.
they got me back.
You've really got to
Yeah,
get the shirts going now, eh?
They've got, yeah, they've got your back. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I'm tired though because I've been working today. So, unlike someone who's been playing snooker all day and drinking all day, but I was actually bloody working. So there you go.
I think you need to. Here you go, Ian. I think everybody's saying you got to say it.
What, it's shit. I'll buy that for $1. That's what it's going to turn into, isn't it?
I'll buy that for $1. So great to have you on, Ian. How's Rebecca Gold going?
It's going all right. I showed you a clip from it last night, didn't I?
Quite exciting, yes.
Yeah, it's all moving at a pace, so that's quite cool. So shooting some more stuff at the end of this month, and then breaking for Christmas, and then back on it next year if the tax bill will allow me, of course. But there you go. Yeah, still going. I hope all the people that watch this, and all the people that watch the Little Platoons thing, and all the people that watch Vex watches Rebecca Gull when it gets released next year. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I had a sneak peek of one of the action scenes last night.
Yeah.
It's really good.
There you go. See, if Mr. Brown says it's good.
You've genuinely found a potential megastar with Ella.
Yeah. It's funny, right? Because her name is Ella Starbuck.
Wow.
And the guy who plays Dr. Drew, his name is Paul Costa. So it's really weird. So if you don't get a coffee in Costa, you get it.
You need somebody called Cafe Nero.
Yeah, exactly. Someone named Nero, John Nero.
Okay. Look who's here, everybody. I'll say last but by no means least, again, from a VPN far, far away, he is the golden reach around droid of choice. It is Z3PO.
Good evening, everybody. I think I've got a problem with my computer.
It's called a PC.
Yes. It's that I'm coming at you from a VPN far, far away.
It is the VPN.
I think it probably is. Let me turn
Yeah,
this on.
most people have their VPN kind of logged in for, say, USA, but yours is like Tatooine, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's not good, is it?
No. Okay. Are you well, Z?
I'm fashionably late. Thank you, Mickey.
That's great. Fashionably late.
Gary would be proud of you. Great to have you on, my friend.
And hello to everybody in the chat.
Yes, hello, chat. We can see you. 100 people watching. Can you believe this? 100 people.
100 people.
Wow. That's
amazing.
Okay.
Hello, chats. We've come so far.
Yeah.
Yes. Shall we get the graphics up? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Can I just take it all in?
Oh yeah, take it all, please.
Oh, yeah, take it all. Yeah. Her eyes are snatching the soul out of my body.
Yeah, that's what Bree posted that on Instagram as soon as the strike was over.
Did she want to lose followers or gain followers?
What
Do
did
you
say?
follow Brie Larson?
Why don't you?
No. Why would I do such a thing?
Bree.
She's very plain. There's nothing hot about her.
She's beautiful within Ian.
She's got a nice pair of tatas though. So
Yeah, but are they real though?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah, it depends on the what she wears too.
Exactly.
No bum.
No bum. No.
Don't care, Bree. All right.
And
Okay.
hobbit's feet.
Don't trigger
That's a
me.
mood killer.
Oh, Jesus. See, Franco. Look, here you go, Franco. Yeah, one with socks. Yeah.
He's getting on a bit as well, and the neck's looking a little bit, dicey at this point.
yeah,
Not a
veganism.
lot around that chin.
I forgot Ben got something about necks. He hates necks.
It's
No,
not
that
me.
was Blue.
Cynic has Cynic has things about necks. It's just rubbing off.
It's the-
Just
You
Yeah.
can't help but notice it now.
Doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
it's the
Little-
KK.
little
yeah,
gobbles going on down there.
Gobble gobble. It's the KK neck, isn't it? Okay, so episode 178, end of week's musings, Sunday, November 12, 2023. Soon be 2024.
Already, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll all kick off next year. WWIII.
You say that, but then what a year it's been. Echo Chamberlain was doing is it a month ago, and he posted up on Twitter as a call for like the worst TV shows or the worst movies of this year. And I in my mind, Velma was like years ago, and She-Hulk was years ago.
I know,
but no,
amazing,
all
yeah.
of this is this year.
I know,
it's been
it's
12 months of
unbelievable.
entertainment, and now we've got the
Unbelievable.
fucking Marvels as well. It's even better.
There's still Aquaman. Still lots to go.
Ugh.
I saw a trailer for that before the Marvels.
Yeah,
that
so
looks
did I.
that looks interesting.
It looks rubbish. He's married and he's got a kid. What's that all about?
Free eye test. Subscribe. Free eye test. Donate if you're that way out. Thank you. Love
Aren't
you
you
all.
reading it though, Ian? You're supposed to read it, man.
Should I? Nah,
Yeah,
it's
you
all right.
should read it.
Should I?
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this content,
There you
please
go.
like, share, subscribe. Every single click will help this channel grow.
Yeah, you
Please
have to read it because nobody else can.
Yes, please consider donating to the channel. Keeps the lights on, etc., etc. Okay, we'll just do a quick super chats. Wayland Bucephus, huge reaction or Mike Crotchburns. Mike Crotchburns.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't like anything that burns, so it's huge erection.
Yeah. Huge
Yeah.
direction sounds good right now.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
could do with one of those.
I'm gonna only help you.
Okay, so before we go to the main events, who watched Loki finale?
No.
Nope.
No.
Didn't even know that it ended.
Yes.
Are we still hating it, Z? I mean,
I
not
don't
not
know.
hating it.
Loki ended this week and nobody noticed. I didn't see it trending. No one was talking about it. The point of the series, I don't know. It was 50% of the series was pointless bloat that didn't go anywhere. You could have accomplished everything that occurred within this season with episode 1 and a single episode cut from episodes 2 to 5 and then tag on the finale. There was just so much wasted time, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either.
You see this every week.
I do. I know. I don't know why. I hate myself.
Yeah.
I keep watching these things
and hoping.
and I don't understand what's going on. The timeline being green now, all the multiverses locked together. Does that mean Loki is now the living embodiment of the time stone? I have no idea.
Yes.
I've got no idea.
Do you know? I kind of think this was a reshoot
Did they
because of the Majors thing.
in Loki? Is it focused on Loki now? Did they push that Loki woman back? Is it just
Sylvie.
on Hiddleston now? Yeah, is it
Sylvie.
just on Hiddleston?
You could have removed her from the entire series and
She
it would have
wasn't
made a
needed.
blind bit of difference.
Ooh.
Right. That's how good the script is then.
I think what I took from the finale is Loki came good in the end, and that's about it.
He's a good guy now?
He
Hasn't he been
sacrificed
good the
himself
entire
for the
time?
sake of the multiverse,
Yeah,
which is completely unlike the Loki which came in season 1.
Yeah.
He's
Rocky.
found
My-
an incredible amount of empathy in a very short period of time, which for some of his actions in the Avengers movie,
Yeah.
I don't care. He's an evil bastard.
But that was always the really tricky thing with Loki, wasn't it? Because they were always going to have to shoehorn about 3 phases worth of character development into the first season of his show, because he picks up at the point when he's basically still an evil dick. And obviously, by the end of phase 3, he's found some sort of morality. He's found some self-sacrificial urge. But that's not part of the Loki we see in Loki season 1 because none of it's happened yet. And yet, it sounds at least like they've replicated his character development in a much shorter space of time and without the same level of cause.
They made him watch a video of the other Loki.
Yeah.
They genuinely did that thing.
How is
Yeah,
that
they
possible
basically-
if it hasn't happened yet? Or is the multiverse thing here?
Oh,
as
It's
well?
the TVA.
EVA.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Sounds
they did that in
like-
season 1, Vex. That's how they gave.
Sounds
That's
like
how they
shit.
basically put him up to speed.
Gotcha.
Ian said then it sounds like shit.
It does. It sounds like shit. It's just what?
Yeah,
Why is people
don't-
watching it? You know what I
Don't
mean?
watch it.
I don't know how many people are watching it. The viewing figures
yeah.
haven't come out, but judging that no one is talking about it except us, I wouldn't have assumed that many people are watching it. So just because the only question I really have about this, because I really can't be asked to watch the damn thing, is what do I need to know? Like, is this going to set anything up for the future films that I might conceivably watch? What is the
Possibly,
mechanics of
possibly,
the multiverse at this point?
yeah.
Have they recreated a single timeline, or are there still billions of branching ones that make no sense? What's going on?
Well, there are loads and loads of timelines, but they're all being held together by Loki in the center of a big green cocoon.
Oh,
Okay.
He who remains at the end of time. Well, I don't know what happened to him.
So did he fix
He's
what
under arrest,
Kang,
isn't he?
like?
He's under arrest.
Yeah,
And he's
but I
got a
don't know how
trial
this is
coming
going
up.
to impact the forthcoming multiverse shenanigans that Marvel have got
cares?
planned.
It's not.
If he's
They
just
don't even
tied everything
acknowledge what
together.
happened in Loki season 1, basically in
No.
other Marvel movies. So I don't think they're gonna acknowledge what happened.
I did say it, Hostman. I did. I said it was shit.
I think he wants more enthusiasm.
Oh, does
that's
he?
all.
Do you know what? Right, I saw Key. You know, the guy who was in Indiana Jones. He was on Instagram going, "Thank you for watching the show.
Oh yeah, I saw it too.
I'm really enjoying myself." And I'm thinking, what a sad fucker. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you don't know how bad this show really is, and he's promoting it. Do you know? I just think actors are just grateful to get work these days. They really are. They really
Well,
are.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I mean, would you guys prefer Marvel take the the BBC Sherlock approach of doing 3 episodes consisting of let's say 90 minutes?
They
Or
Yeah.
only,
even
yeah,
that-
they only
Yeah.
did that because
Yeah,
of the
they are.
actors. The actors were getting big, so they couldn't afford to keep them for 24 episodes. Just like Idris Elba with Luther. He
Oh, yeah.
started off with 12 episodes or 24. Then suddenly, was it season 6? He's only doing 3 episodes. Do you know what I mean? So it's because of that, really. It's because they got really big and famous. So,
I would prefer it if they just didn't do it.
yeah,
I
so would
don't
I.
really
Yeah,
mind how many episodes it is. I want to hold them to the promise that was made way back when, that you don't need to watch the Disney Plus shows to understand the cinematic MCU.
Mm.
That makes sense. The show should be tacked on extensions of what we already know. They shouldn't be required viewing for people to then
Yeah.
go and understand the next thing. But as we'll discover with the Marvels later on, that's exactly what they've become. Because if you
Yeah.
haven't watched the shows, actually, you have no idea what's going on anyway, because the film makes no sense. But if you haven't watched the shows, then you have even less of an idea what's going on.
Mm.
Exactly right. I mean, it's the same issue that Ahsoka had. There's far too much homework. I mean, the Deadpool 3 is supposed to have the TVA in it. So you've got to watch 2 of these series to understand who the fuck they are.
True.
I don't care. I don't care.
On that bombshell, shall we move on?
Everything's a bombshell to you, isn't it, Ian?
And on that bombshell of a bombshell, shall we move on?
Yes.
Why not?
I will say I enjoyed seeing Tom Hiddleston. But that's about it.
Oh, does he have any other work apart from
He was-
Loki, anyways?
Not really, no.
Does Key have any more work apart from this? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, he got his Oscar. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It was something to watch while I was munching on my toast.
Filler.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed. Let's move on 20 minutes.
Why?
So,
The Marvels.
So the big release this week was The Marvels.
Well, for Ian, it was a big release. That's for sure.
Bree, 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 Bree. Who would like to go first?
The Lord. we've said our piece. Let the Lord have his say.
Well, there's the little kitty or the Lord.
Of course, yeah, the little kitty.
Uninspired. You've seen it.
Yes, I have.
Thoughts?
Yeah, it sucks. It's very, very. It's really bad. I mean, to call it a movie is being generous at this point because nothing's coherent. It's just a bunch. You can tell that it's about, let's say, 3 to 4 different scripts that are basically fighting to be in one movie, and nothing makes sense because, as Platoon said before, you have to watch Miss Marvel, you have to watch Secret Invasion to understand. They kind of glossed over Captain Marvel's entire arc that they had set up in the first movie, and it feels as if Captain Marvel 2 was made already, and this was supposed to be a third Captain Marvel movie, but yeah, nothing makes sense. The mechanics that they establish, which are completely sold to you in every single trailer, that this is a Freaky Friday sort of situation with powers changing, is abandoned, I shit you not, 10 seconds after being established, and is only relevant when the plot needs it to be. As with Captain Marvel's varying powers, there are 0 stakes whatsoever in the entire film, and at least it's an hour and a half. That's probably the biggest green flag I can give this film.
Felt longer though, didn't it?
It
Yes.
It definitely felt longer.
Did you see the Marvel's review from the Irish Times?
No.
It
Yes.
said the Marvel Cinematic Universe disappears up its own black hole.
Ooh.
Brutal. How could
Ian.
this possibly fail? They literally had
What?
a ton of pussy in it.
Oh yeah.
Ian, your thoughts? I know we talked about it yesterday, but
Well,
but for
the
the
thing,
new folks.
again, the thing that struck me was that this film is made for 5-year-old girls. That's basically
Yes.
what it is, and you know, it was like it was written by, as I said yesterday, a kid. You know, when they write stories and you write, yeah, they
And
went out the house and then they woke up and it was a
Yep.
dream, that kind of thing. So that's how it felt like to me. There was some nice moments in it when Brie was wearing that white top with her big boobies and stuff. You know, that I thought that was nice to watch.
Yeah.
And again, I would say that they were trying to hint at trying to make her look a bit sexy in this one
They
for
were.
some reason,
Mhm.
but they kind of. It wasn't even a half-ass job. It was kind of a quarter-ass job to make her look sexy. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the film fails in many ways. Like, for instance, Miss Marvel caused a war and ran away. And we're meant to think that she's a hero. She caused a war. What was it 30 years? And
30
ran
years
away?
of civil
Yeah,
war.
Captain Marvel caused the war. Yeah.
Instead
But Ian,
of
she
going
feels
back.
bad. She feels
Instead
bad.
of going back and helping them, like helping them fix the stuff up and stuff like that. What a cow. What a cow. Anyway, I shall stop there because I know people have got better things to do and better things to say than me on this film because it was absolutely rubbish, in my opinion.
Vex.
I mean, I echo a lot of the sentiments of everyone else. I would have liked that maybe they went along with the genocide arc with Captain Marvel a little bit more because it would have made her interesting at the very least. But yeah, it does kind of feel like this was maybe cuts of several different movies put together, very poorly edited. I would actually argue you don't have to watch any of the other, like Secret Invasion. They said that you needed to watch that to understand this. You honestly can get a baseline understanding of what's going on without having to watch Miss Marvel, WandaVision, any of that. It's just it's not preachy, unlike Captain Marvel, which is nice, but it
Yeah.
just it's a mess in every. Yeah, the world doesn't make sense. Even how the fuck does a civil war kill a son? I really want to know that answer.
Yeah, I don't either.
Why does the villain get zapped away when she puts on the bangles, but a 16-year-old Pakistani girl is, gets the force of 1,000 suns when she puts it
Black
on?
girl magic.
Brown girl magic in that case, right?
Yeah,
It's the whole flirking thing was absolutely ridiculous.
convenient.
And convenient. Yeah, everything just felt like convenient, and again, feels like so many things just stitched together, but disappointing in ways I didn't expect.
Did I read that Valkyrie is in this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
They literally put a chick in it and made her gay and lame.
Face,
Oh my
That is
God.
exactly what they did.
face
And they already
like
had
a
3 of them.
Face like a slapped ass.
Do you know what? Right, what makes me laugh is Samuel L. Jackson. You can tell he came on and he went, "Where's my check? Where's my check?
Where's
And then he
my
just goes
check,
cracking
motherfucker?
yeah, that was it. Because he just phoned it in, didn't he? He wasn't even.
We didn't
He
know
wasn't
he
even
did,
acting.
didn't even get a
Samuel L. Jackson was playing Samuel L. Jackson.
He
The
was,
Nick
yeah.
Fury you all know and love was
Yeah.
not in this movie at
Nope.
all.
No,
That Nick Fury is long dead, to be honest. He's never going to show up in the MCU again.
no, he's not.
No,
and,
no, he
and
died
as,
when he got snapped.
and as Vex said yesterday, Nick Fury took out people by sitting on a chair. He didn't even get up.
Yes.
He just he was sitting on the chair on the fight. So it was it's absolutely
Here you go, folks. Sword in the storm. Nobody likes tentacle pussy. Agreed?
I disagree.
The Japanese do.
What?
Japanese
You know, it's a
love
good time if there's tentacles involved. That's all I'm going to say.
it. Mm.
Oh my god.
Okay. Have you seen Galaxy Quest?
I have. I enjoyed that quite a bit, actually.
With-
With Tim Allen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was good. I liked that.
There was tentacle sex in that. It was quite funny. Lord?
Yeah. It
Okay.
happened.
I loved it.
Well, no, I think on a technical level, it's significantly worse even than the first Captain Marvel is. I mean, the first Captain Marvel is a bad film that makes no sense, and it has a lot of men are shit stuff. This film doesn't have the whole penises are bad up the woman angle, but nothing it does makes any sense at all. As opposed to the first Captain Marvel, where maybe 1 or 2 bits you could vaguely say like joined together narratively. This one is just a complete nothingness. And that also makes it probably a worse film than Thor Love and Thunder or even Ant-Man, because with those 2 films, you got the sense that they were telling a story badly. Whereas with this film, they're not telling a story, and they are also doing it really, really fucking badly. There is no point to this film existing. You could skip over this film entirely, pick up with whatever comes next, and I don't think it will make a single bit of difference. And yet it cost them, what, $300 million? And it
Yeah,
cost us all
300
90 minutes
plus.
of our time. For what? For nothing. None of it makes any sense.
It's-
The mechanics
it's
don't
tax-
make any sense.
It's tax deductible, though, for you.
Well, yeah, for me it might be, but it's like I don't understand what the hell the point of anything in this film is. So for a second, they almost did something interesting when it's like Captain Marvel suddenly is a bit sad because she realizes that she did something wrong. In the Captain Marvel 2 film, that didn't happen because the first one wasn't popular enough. She destroyed, as has been mentioned, the Supreme Intelligence on Hala, which somehow leads to a civil war that destroys the planet's sun, takes all of its water and all of its atmosphere, and yet people are still fucking living on it. So what's the villain's plan? The villain's plan is to steal the atmosphere, the water, and later on the sun from different planets and rebuild Hala, even though everyone on there should be dead. If you don't have a sun and you put water on a planet, it's going to fall as just huge lumps of ice because that's how space works. None of it, it's completely pointless. And she's forgiven for effectively being the inciting incident behind not 1, but 4 genocides, because there's Hala, then there are the 3 planets they try and genocide to rebuild Hala, because they are a family now, the 3 Marvel-related people, they're a family, and families just forgive each other for 4 genocides. That's all fine.
So is Captain Marvel the Kree equivalent of Space Hitler?
Pretty much.
Yes,
but worse.
Holy crap.
Yes.
What sort of
Surprisingly.
message is that for young girls?
That's I
what
don't
I'm
agree.
saying.
What did the Kree call her?
An idiot.
The Annihilator.
The Annihilator, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can't praise Captain Marvel if she's done something as bad as that. A lot of people die because of her stupidness. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like WandaVision. Oh, they don't understand what you went through. Yet you know, you punished all these people.
And they
It's
tried
ridiculous.
to hand wave it away. There's a line right toward the end of the film where, in passing, they say, "Oh yeah, and all the planets are now fine. They've recovered." Like a planet can recover from having its atmosphere stolen and
Or
all of its
water
water
taken.
stolen,
And we saw the
and its
planet
sun being
crumble as well.
extinguished.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not fine. They're all fucked.
If there's no water, how would they flush?
Never mind that. Never mind that. What about the bit where Rambo was trying to close the rift, and she could have went on the other
yes.
side instead of going the other side?
Oh,
Well,
but
what
she
about
can't. She
on the
can't.
other
They,
side?
because the film just tells you in dialogue that she has to be on the other side to do it, so we have to accept it.
But-
Yeah.
And then we know
but-
Captain Marvel, who can fly at light speed because she
That's
does it
right,
at the close of the
exactly.
first film, can't get there in time to bring it back, so that's fine. But it's all good because that means that she gets stuck in an alternate universe to wake up next to her mum, who died of cancer in the Captain Marvel 2 film that didn't happen. And by the way, Brie just then abandoned the family, ensuring that no one was there to pick up for the little girl's life when everything re-picks up after the blip, because she's an absolute bitch. But then she wakes up next to her dead mum, who is now not dead, and she's actually the old universe Captain Marvel who's working with the X-Men or something. I don't know. It's a baffling
No,
film.
but what you call it? When Bree was flying towards her, she said, "It's closing on its own. Get out of there." And then Rambo goes, "No, I want to finish the job." And it's like, you don't need to finish the job. It's closing. Get out of there, you idiot. Do you know what I mean? And she just stayed there. So it didn't make any sense. Maybe the dialogue's from another script or something. It just didn't make any sense. And also, right, you know, another universe is just as big as ours, right? How the
Space
hell?
is very big.
How the hell did she go to another dimension and coincidentally got to a place where someone, the second part, you know, someone that looked like her mum? Do you know what I mean? What is the odds on that?
Well,
I mean,
maybe
it's
a
like a
parallel,
billion to one.
parallel universe.
1 billion to 1.
Well, it's also
gotta
the fact
be.
that it's an X-Men universe. So, I mean, they would probably have had people out there once the rift opened. So,
At the same point,
That'll-
but in a parallel universe.
yeah, it just nothing makes sense. It's just convenience all the way around. Even the gimmick that they established, complete convenience. They even tried to explain it several times, and they fail miserably each time because
Yeah, the
in the next
explanation for
scene they
them-
contradict themselves.
Yeah, but also, like, so the baseline mechanic is that because Captain Marvel touches a space portal, she becomes intrinsically linked with 3 other completely unrelated people, such as when they use their powers, they swap places, except when they use their powers, and that doesn't happen. But the reason, the explanation they give is that all 3 of them have light powers, and that's it.
What?
Like, they are cosmically tied together because all of them have powers that have vague like relationships with light, even though that's not a thing, because Ms. Marvel gets her powers from the bracelet that her grand sent her in the mail, and Monica Rambeau got it from walking through a witch portal.
Portal or porthole?
Portage.
Just port would
It's-
be good.
Listen, it's all a metaphor for synchronizing cycles. That's why these 3 women
Oh, yes.
Oh my
specifically
god!
are interlinked
Jesus.
together.
Oh,
I just want to
God.
throw in there my absolute favorite part of this movie
Jesus.
is where, in just a toss away line of dialogue, they tell us that the Supreme Intelligence was brainwashing the Kree for a millennia, and Captain Marvel still went and killed their planet. But she went out of her way then to save the Skrulls, who for the first half of the Captain Marvel movie were straight up evil and experimenting on her.
What
The thing
about
is as well, so like, this is the reason that the shows and the films don't really work together. You are supposed to have to watch all of them, but if you watch all of them, if anything, it makes less sense than it would otherwise. So at the end of Captain Marvel, the first one, she flies off at light speed with the Skrull refugees to find themselves a new planet. We then don't get anything until the Secret Wars thing, when somehow they are back and they are blaming Nick Fury for Captain Marvel's failure to find them a planet, because, you know, behind every woman trying to pursue a career is a man who will get blamed when everything goes wrong. And then when that doesn't work, somehow we're now back with Captain Marvel, and she has found them a planet in this one, which she then gets the atmosphere stripped away from because she turns up and that pisses off the Kree. And then the Skrull aren't even that annoyed at her for killing all of them potentially and wiping out their only safe refuge, because they just say, we were fine without your help. And that's the extent of the comeuppance she gets. She's just wiped out their one planet that they have and the whole peace process they were building. But it's okay because she's the hero and we can't be too hard on her for everything that she does that's wrong.
What about the ending, right? Where I can't remember Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. I can't remember the girl's name. Turns up at Lady Hawkeye's place, and she says the
Oh,
exact
yeah.
same lines as
Ugh.
what's his name
Nick
said,
Fury.
Nick Fury, and I'm like, couldn't you not written something else? Do you know what I mean? It's just, and it was just. So
I think that was a
cringy as
last-minute
well.
reshoot. I really,
think
really
so
think that was
too.
a last minute because
It was
Kate Bishop wasn't
terrible.
looking too good as well. I mean, she always looks good. It's Haley Steinfeld. Come on, but yeah, like I don't know. It feels like they just told her, "Yeah, come on, we need you for a 30-second cameo. That's pretty much it. Let's set up the Young Avengers." Which I mean, in the long run, what a stupid idea as well to set this up at the end of the Marvels.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Stupid.
well, in the short run, what a stupid idea it is to set it up in that way. Because when Nick Fury does it, you
Yeah.
kind of you sit there thinking, "Oh shit, who are they going to bring together?" They've got all these amazing characters they could find, and when it happens in the Marvels, it's Ms. Marvel meeting fucking Kate Bishop. Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's a lot to be excited about there. What are we going to get next? Riri
come on,
Williams, I suppose.
Let's not bash the bishop, please.
Echo, maybe.
Oh,
I
well,
guess.
Scar.
Like, what a team!
Ironheart. Yeah.
they do make reference to socialist Katie Lang, so she's going to be on the team for sure.
Honestly,
yeah.
honestly, it's one of the worst. I fell asleep for 5 minutes, and I woke up and they were singing. So I said to my niece, I said,
It's fucking nightmare.
"Did we just go in another cinema? Did you just drag me to another film? I mean, why are they singing?" She goes, "Oh, I don't know. I think it's a planet where everybody sings." And I'm like,
Ugh.
"Okay."
Yeah, you know how
Okay.
bad the film is when it's taken us this long to get around to the fact that there's a whole musical song and dance number halfway through the film.
I was
And
like,
then
"What?"
then it turns out because she marries the prince of this water planet where they all speak in song. And then
Yeah,
at
the
the end of the
K-pop dude.
sequence, they stop singing and they talk normally. And she says,
Yeah.
"Well, he's bilingual." It's like, well, then why the fuck did you do that to
Well, it's
begin
better than
with? Because you don't
bisexual, I
need to do
suppose.
it.
Also, he did look like a woman, didn't he? I was like,
did.
"Is that?"
Oh, he's much prettier than she is, to be sure.
I was like, "What's going
No,
on here?"
I think it's because they wanted to get. I think it's a K-pop or K-drama
Yeah,
actor
K-pop.
or singer.
It's a
Well,
K-pop
K-pop.
singer.
So I
yeah.
think that they wanted to get the K-pop crowd just to go and see him because they do know that there's K-pop stans out there that'll go watch anything. But yeah,
He'll do
And
very
massive
well in
player.
And
South
why
Korea.
is Miss Marvel living on a spaceship on her own? I
Well,
just
she
don't
has
understand
boobs.
that. She's like, oh, she has boobs, did you say?
Yeah, I'd move in
Goose.
with her.
Oh,
Big
right.
cat.
Okay. Oh, right.
I'd move in with her.
I was like, what? For you've been sitting there in the ship for 30 years? I
To
mean,
be
what the hell's that all
fair,
about?
she's got a cat with tentacles with her, so does she really need anything else?
I guess. just the whole
Very
script was just
dark.
rubbish. I just thought to myself, what am I watching here? Do you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Why is this? I hate to say it. Why is this girl overweight and why is she wearing a stupid costume that doesn't even look like a what is it? A superhero costume? Why is Bree's costume arms too short? Looks like they gave her the wrong top or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just none of it made any sense to me. None of it. Well, how comes what's her name can fly now?
Well,
The black
Stormtroopers
woman.
can.
Monica Rambeau.
How
Black
could
Girl
she-
Magic.
Black
Girl
Girl
Magic.
Magic.
Yeah,
I'm
Black
like,
Girl
what the
Magic.
hell? What is this all about?
And like you see that sequence, I was talking about it just before, and a way that you can just fix that and give the story a bit of stakes. Well, not even the story itself, but just that specific scene a bit of stakes is before you see Monica Rambeau, because the first time you see her, she's in space. Just have her on Saber with Nick Fury trying to coach her to try and figure
Hone in
out
her
how they
powers.
can fly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that at least it gives you a minimum amount of stakes when that scene happens, because the fact that there are 0 stakes in the entire film is because of there's no baseline of what they can and cannot do in terms of powers.
Mhm.
It's just there, so
And also,
you can't
when they're
really connect with
fighting,
anything.
that none of them were in danger. They get thrown and bashed on a wall or whatever, but none of them was fatally injured or close to death. None of that stuff. And it just
No, and also
was
we can't help
no-
but remember as well that Captain Marvel can take hits from Thanos easily. So
Yes.
even when she does get thrown against a wall, it just seems like they've nerfed her for the scene in a bid to make us care and like to give the impression of stakes.
Yeah.
But there aren't any stakes because we know she's got more power than fucking Jesus.
Yeah,
So
she can
it's not
literally
going to make a difference.
reboot a sun. She has enough energy to reboot a sun.
She could just and if she can reboot a sun from the inside, she can survive inside a sun. She can thrive
She's-
outside of sun, which is even hotter than that. So there's
she's-
no way being thrown into a wall is going to kill her.
She's vegan as well, so there's definitely no stakes. Think about it.
Oh, I see what you did. Well done. That's a joke worthy of the Marvels.
I'll just sit
Congratulations.
back and relax. You carry on, you lot.
So
On the stakes thing, like I think the simpler way of fixing it is I wouldn't even have tried to find a way to have Monica Rambeau learn how to fly. I would have said that she can't fly. Like,
Yeah.
establish a clear limitation. Don't have every single one of these people being able to fly, because as soon as you do that, then there's no real difference. There's no identifying difference between them, really. And also, then, yeah, they can get out of any improbable situation because they just, in the moment, discover a power. If you compare Tony Stark, who takes like 2 films to properly master the art of flying the Iron Man suit, to Monica Rambeau, who's like, I can't do it. And then Nick Fury says, use Black Girl magic. And she says, I can do it now. And it's like, that's not character development or power discovery. That's just shit. And also, if Captain Marvel by this point already knows that if she uses her powers, she will switch places with people, but she doesn't know if anyone she will switch places with can fly, why did she fly to begin with? Like, she had every reason to suppose that the person she switched places with at that moment would fall to their deaths. But she just didn't think about that because she's a bitch again.
She's a genocidal maniac, man. Of course she's not thinking about that.
She's the
Lord, did you take a notebook in with you?
This is all from the top of my head. I did have a notebook, and I gave up during the switchy fight sequences because there's no point trying to take notes in that.
When it started, right, she was like, the little girl was like drawing these pictures, and and I do this and I do that, and then all these cartoons started coming up. I was like, what the hell am I watching here? Is it going to turn into a cartoon now? I thought it was going to turn into a cartoon.
Oh yeah,
but
the
it didn't.
cartoon recap.
Yeah, I didn't, and
What?
it didn't. I was like, well, what was that all about? Do you know what I mean? And I was like,
For
why
people
do
who
we have
hasn't-
a cartoon?
the style that they used in Miss Marvel's TV show.
Oh, is it? Well, I never watched that.
That's
I was
for the
completely lost.
thick people who hadn't seen the TV series.
And and again, I'll ask, I asked Vex, and Vex said no, she wasn't, because I got the distinct impression that she was gay and she was crushing on Captain Marvel. I
Me
can't
too.
remember which one. And then Vex said no, she's not
Really?
gay, and I'm like, okay.
She's just really obsessive. That's all it is, which is another thing that the film kind of shoves onto you, but doesn't resolve in any way. Like, there's a scene where they're on that planet where the air gets sucked out. And Captain Marvel has to leave a bunch of Skrull behind, and Kamal's like, no, we have to save them. It's like, we can only save so many, kind of deal. And that should have been like a really interesting moment between the two of them, where she realizes she built up this false idol in her head, and this is what being an Avenger, what being a superhero entails.
But she could move as fast as light. She could have saved them.
She can teleport.
Mhm.
She
She
teleported
could
on
have
her
saved
own
them.
in the
Yeah,
first 10 minutes of the film when
Yes,
they
she
were having
did.
that fight.
none of it
I
made any sense.
Question, if I may. Nia DaCosta, the director, she wrote it. Do you think she was clever? She thinks she's clever with the script.
She didn't write it. I bet
Some of
I'd
it.
put $1
She
million
did,
on
she
that.
did write it.
She did not write
She
it.
made the Candyman reboot, which I considered one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my
She
entire
did not
life.
write this. It was by committee, and she just got
Yes,
the
it was.
credit. She just got the credit. That's what I think, because there's no way someone's going to write something as inept as this script. You've got to be the most dumbest motherfucker on the
Apparently, she co-wrote it with Megan McDonnell and Alyssa Karasik. So there are 3 writers who
There
are
you
credited,
go.
including
There
her.
you go.
What?
Seriously, honestly, that God, it's so awful.
And I mean, just to bounce back on Miss Marvel's obsession on Captain Marvel, how
Which one is
how does
which?
she Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, Miss Marvel, Iman
Okay,
Vellani,
gotcha,
I think.
gotcha.
So how the hell is she even obsessed with Captain Marvel? Because in the MCU, Captain Marvel doesn't have a lot of actual coverage or is that known as much as the other superheroes. So it's like the fact that she's obsessed with her is even just weird and
How
doesn't
could she
make
get
any
obsessed?
sense.
Because she flew away, did she not? And after Endgame, she flew away as well, didn't she? So
Yeah, exactly.
like she had
We
a
only
huge
know her from
presence
Endgame,
on- yeah.
and Endgame was on a different planet. It
that's what
wasn't
I'm saying.
even.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that she didn't have a huge presence on Earth.
Yeah,
So, do we miss anything? Did she come back and became
Well,
a
she
movie
did come
star or
back
something,
apparently
or what?
because Maria Rambeau had cancer, and she came back for that right before the blip.
I
So again,
see.
there seems to be that there was another movie here that we were supposed to see that would answer a lot of the questions we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I think she
But
came
it's
back
cut down.
during the blip because I had questions about how this all sort of fit together. Because the mother dies of cancer during the blip because the
Yes.
daughter isn't around because she has been blipped away.
Mhm.
So at some point during the events of Avengers Endgame, I don't think there is a time span in which she could have done that. But apparently during Endgame, yeah, she takes time to go and visit this ranch and then to leave without so much as leaving a note for the daughter who might come back at the end.
Wait
And
a
that's the
second.
reason that they don't like each other, apparently.
But that undoes then where she was during the events of Endgame, because remember, like, there was a call that she has with the remaining Avengers during the blip, and it's like, I'm way like out of the galaxy, I can't make it back to Earth, and that's why she wasn't there for most of the final fight.
Yes.
Yeah. So
She
we're
could have
keeping
just
track
put
of
that
all of
glove
this
on
now.
and do the click, couldn't she? When she had the glove.
I haven't
Yeah,
watched
making
this movie, so I have a question for those who have.
Question.
On 45 minutes.
Why was Gaia from Secret Invasion not in this? Doesn't she have Captain Marvel's DNA?
Is that Amelia
Don't
Clark's character?
know.
Yeah, it is.
Don't know.
At the end, she was employed by the British woman. I forget her name. She was employed to fight underground in I forget at the end of Secret Invasion. Even Nick Fury's wife isn't in this, and she went to Saber with Nick Fury at the end of Secret Invasion, which
So you
I
really
don't
did
know.
not have to watch Secret Invasion like they said you had to when that show came out.
Do you know
No.
what? Really, if you create a hero that is indestructible and doesn't have any faults whatsoever, there's no point in watching them at all, is there?
Yes,
None of
but-
them were in danger at all.
Super chat, if I may. Jimba Jamba for $2. Darth Ben is truly the villain of all time.
Darth Ben.
Oh god, yeah,
Yeah,
the villain,
Dar-Ben.
Duran
Dar-Ben.
Duran or whatever the fuck.
Dar-
Is that the name?
I
What
kept
an
forgetting
absolutely
Dar-Ben's name.
yeah, like such an inconsequential character.
Gender swapped, by the way.
And race swapped, because it's supposed to be like an orange Kree, but it's a black woman now.
Oh,
Oh,
and somehow
indeed.
Ronan the Accuser's hammer returned.
Yeah, and it was glowing. Yeah.
That's weird considering it was destroyed in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
I think is it a different version because they call it something specific like the hammer of what do they call it? The hammer of
Hammer
something.
of stupidity. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also
Hammer
like
of shyness.
okay, we haven't even got onto this, but yeah, so like the whole thing with the bangles and the hammer, I think that the hammer is used and the bangles are also used in some way. They created the like jumping procedure, the intergalactic jumping procedure that we've seen in every film since Guardians. They were all created by a mix of the hammer, which she's using to bash portals open in other planets on, and the bangles of quantum bullshittery, which are the things that they invented the portals to begin with. These incredibly powerful and important things were Kree artifacts, and the Kree apparently just thought, now we're going to bury one of them under a rock on a planet for reasons, and the other one we're going to somehow have shipped to Ms. Marvel by her gran, and I don't think there's ever been an explanation more pathetic than that.
Amazing.
And those are the MacGuffins in this film.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Oh, and there's
Um,
Arabic too on both of the bracelets apparently.
don't
Remember she
forget
read
when-
the description?
Don't forget when Dar-Ben puts the two bangles together, she just goes critical mass.
Well, she
Shown in the
explodes
trailer
and
as well.
tears
But
open
the-
a gap in the cosmic multiverse timeline
Miss
thing.
Marvel, good to go, you know?
Yeah, but then again, I don't even know why did she rip a hole in the fabric of space time and then explode? What was did she
It was
plan
to
that, or was that?
Move to sun. It was to transport the sun's energy because apparently
But
she
they were
couldn't
already
do that
doing
with
that.
one. Bruh, I'm just trying to. I'm throwing shit at a wall here too. So.
Bruh.
But they opened a normal portal. They were already sucking the light out of the sun because we saw that the Earth
Yeah, we
atmosphere
saw it.
became darker, which incidentally should probably have wiped out all life on Earth within the space of about 8 minutes, but didn't because, physics. No, the exploding a hole through space-time was unrelated, I thought, to the sun capture. She just put the bangles on and exploded.
What was her name?
Yeah.
Darth what?
Dar-Ben.
Dar-Ben, right. She had a hammer,
D-A-R-Ben.
and Miss
If I
Marvel's
had a hammer.
family had a mop to take on those villains. Well, there you go.
Apparently she exploded because she came.
She came, she saw, and she kicked her. Well, she
Moving
didn't
on.
kick anyone's ass, is she really?
But yeah, I think she just exploded because the power was too much. They never give really any explanation. Well, they don't give any
Also,
explanation to anything.
Why did those cats never eat Miss Marvel's family?
Oh, the
or
main characters, you
even-
mean?
Yeah, or even Nick Fury,
had a
or
hammer.
even
Melanin magic.
I
Just leave
don't
it at that.
understand why they did. They were just eating everybody, but they
Well,
weren't
they had the
eating...
black guy, Vex, the Rasta man.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh, okay.
funny.
I think
Very
it's just 'cause they were
convenient how
hurting.
they're all how they were pregnant just at the right time. Very, very short incubation period as well.
Which
compared to
again raises questions. How did this cat get pregnant if it was alone on a ship with Captain
With
Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
Yep. Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
tentacles. That's
Yeah,
tentacles.
that's dirty.
Disgusting.
But that just felt
Yeah.
like a B plot that they gave to Sam Jackson and Miss Marvel's family because they didn't know what to do with them in the story, but they wanted to keep them in. It's kind of like how Tessa Thompson just pops up because they need the scrolls out of the story. So they're just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool, let's get the
I like
Valkyrie.
that bit.
That's it, done.
Which also wasn't really explained how they even have any sort of friendship because technically they've only met once on a battlefield during
Yep.
Endgame.
No, well, they did fight together as they all teamed up.
Yeah,
all
but
the
you're
women.
not chatting and getting to know each other. Just like, I saved squirrels. You're not having those conversations.
Well, they might have done. They might have gone and got some food
They're
afterwards. you know?
scissoring.
Yeah,
Oh
are
yeah,
yeah.
they got some from
Lesbian.
Infinity
yeah, there you
Stones.
go.
That's where they
That's
got
right.
some
There you
food.
go.
Hey, there we go.
On the Valkyrie thing, so like the impression I got was that the Valkyrie's going to take the
Fuck.
scrolls away to New Asgard. Is the impression I get because like
Yeah.
she's there to take them. But the whole point of Secret Invasion was that they couldn't, like, they didn't want to be on Earth, and they were really pissed off that they had to be. So if they were going to have to be, then they might as well fuck some shit up. But they didn't want to live on somebody else's planet. They wanted their own one. But apparently now their own planet has been destroyed again because of Captain Marvel. Now Valkyrie can take them to live in New Asgard, so all the people in New Asgard will be Skrulls or something.
Will she introduce
That's assuming all the scrolls actually want to go and live in New Asgard.
Will
I'm
she
sure a lot of them
introduce
have got
them to
lives
Titty
set up.
Watiti while she's there?
Well,
So bad.
Maria
Shrinker.
Rambo has entered 20th Century Fox Marvel, hasn't she?
Yeah,
So
but
it's gonna
I
be
mean,
interesting.
at the end of Secret Invasion, didn't the president ban any non-alien life form? Didn't he classify them as a threat to the country? So wouldn't the Asgardians also have to move out from New Asgard?
Who cares?
You would think so.
Don't know, don't
The
care.
best thing about Marvels was my popcorn. Let me tell you, the rest of it was
Okay, so
nonsense.
I took a hip
folks,
flask full of Johnny Walker Black. That was very good.
I should have done that. I should have done that.
Okay, so is this rock bottom
Yes.
for the Marvel?
Yeah.
I think
It's
so.
barely
Okay.
a film.
So where do you think it's going to go from here?
Lower. That's
Oh,
where it
can we
Straight
get
to
lower?
DVD.
But
So-
Disney Plus within 3 weeks is probably the answer for these kind of things.
Yeah, this film was so they did a lot of reshoots, and they're doing now a lot of reshoots for the
Bless you.
bless you
Sorry.
for Captain America: Brave New World because it
For
also
everything, Vex. They pushed back everything to
They pushed it
reshoot
back,
almost
yeah.
everything.
No,
Was
they're
it-
reshooting that now. They're reshooting
Don't-
Captain America now.
Don't they employ somebody to oversee
No,
everything
no,
so it's
no.
true to the comic? Did they did that originally? Didn't they? Did they fire that person?
No. I know someone that actually works for Marvel and has been on productions like
Ooh,
Captain
get you.
America or whatever.
Yeah.
And they say, they keep saying to me, I say they, maybe a them, who knows?
They them.
But yeah, they keep saying to me that it's chaos. They go on a set and they don't know what they're doing every day. You know, this person is a clapper loader that I know, and he's like, one day he walked on set and they didn't do anything for the whole day, but
Yeah,
he got paid, so he didn't
There
care.
you go. Cheers, Brian. Yeah, the equivalent of Pablo
Hidalgo.
him, yeah. Did Marvel have an equivalent, or did they
The
fire
the
them?
person who's supposed to be in charge of making sure all of these things link together is Kevin Feige. That's where the buck stops. He has his name in the front of the credits. He's the
A Kevin
overseeing
Feige
executive producer for
production.
Does
absolutely.
he
Yeah,
need
it's a
to be
Kevin Feige production.
Does he need to be sacked?
It's hard to say. I mean, yes, probably yes, because of how much spectacularly has gone wrong under his watch. But, you know, things were just about held together when he was in charge of things after Disney bought Marvel. Like, something more has changed than just his ability. Like, there are lots of theories. Is he massively overstretched now? I think that's a tenable thing because, you know, you've gone from an MCU which averages, 2 films a year to one which averages, I think, was it Phase 4 had something like 16 new productions across 2 years?
Yeah,
So 8
yeah.
new things every single year. There's an argument that he's massively overstretched, to be sure.
getting
But
money
again,
though,
he would have
aren't they?
greenlit all of this stuff. So
They're getting money from those companies, aren't they, to make this crap? And also, I heard that Kevin Feige was Kevin Feige,
Feige.
right? He was annoyed that the toys for the female characters weren't selling, so he gave the command to make more films with females in it. That's what I heard through my source.
What?
that's very believable. Because as much as anything, this film comes across as probably the most blatant attempt to shift the audience demographic.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
there
also
have been plenty of ones before, but this one overall is just, this is targeted at TikTok teenage girls.
Children.
And that's
This
it.
is for children.
also, right, Disney, when they're making
Jesus.
these films, Marvel, they're not worried about money because they get the score thing, the EG, whatever it is, score.
Yes,
ESG.
And these people are giving them more money because these people believe in this and believe in changing the world. So it's Kevin Feige, right? Feige, whatever. He basically didn't have that when he was solo in charge of Marvel. That's why it's so important for him to actually make the films good. But now he just doesn't give a shit because
He also
the
had a
money's
game
coming from
plan,
those
didn't he?
people.
Like he had a proper game plan that was put in
That's
place
right.
by John Favreau and
Yeah.
all those people, and
Yeah.
so he had something to follow. Now it's basically him planning out everything by
No,
himself.
he's not
I
planning
guess.
anything. He's not planning anything. He doesn't have to plan anything. If they make a mistake, they give him more money. This is what people don't understand. That
here you go,
those
folks.
people are giving them more money, even though they make mistakes.
Not Brian.
Because
Appeals
they
to
believe in the cause.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Not Brian. Appeals to TikTok teenage girls and vegan foot.
Lucky you, Ian. Excellent.
We
Okay,
also
so
had
we
what's James Gunn as well. James Gunn was quite important in the planning of the overall MCU, more so
Yeah.
than just the Guardians. Didn't he come up with the whole Infinity Stones tie-in like as a whole?
I don't know.
Yes.
During
I
that,
think
and
he was
obviously they've lost
he was a
him.
big part of it. Yeah.
I think he brought something fresh to Marvel, especially his interpretation of the Guardians and the humor
Well,
and stuff like that.
It's because of him that we have the Marvel humor. Well,
Yeah.
because Josh Whedon created it, but James Gunn perfected it. So
Yeah. that's
here
true.
you go. Black Lives or Black Cavils. We're reaching levels of bogged down that shouldn't be possible. Well, it's a special day, isn't it? A special movie.
It's a bog day. That's what it is. Bog day.
Anything good about the movie?
No.
It ended.
It's-
the end. That was it.
I think
what's his
the
name?
stuffed bra that what's her
Oh.
name is wearing.
Apparently, she
Probably
had a
best thing
team.
about it.
Yeah, apparently she had a team of technicians to achieve that, and they
Mhm.
really earned their money.
Sports bra
First,
with,
I can
with
imagine.
loads of sponge in it. That's what it was. So
You know what? I will praise this movie at the very least for not being as preachy as Captain Marvel,
That is true.
but it's worse in every
It
other
is.
way.
Mhm. It
So I'll
really
give
is.
it that.
Mr. B, if you check your Twitter, you'll be happy.
Will I?
Just check your DMs, you'll see.
My computer
no.
will blow up if I talk amongst yourselves. You've been doing it anyway. But
It's probably Brie Larson wants to show you her feet, probably.
oh no!
I can't believe this
get
film
in.
sucked, man. This film sucked. Big time.
Brie, I'm available.
Is she?
I'm available for Brie.
Is Brie married, by the way?
She's got a.
I think did she get
Boyfriend?
engaged?
She might have.
She's probably engaged.
It's
I
to a
think she
white
got
guy
en-
though, so that goes.
Yeah, I
against
think she
her
got en-
complete belief system.
Yeah, was
Yeah.
it during lockdown or something? And that's That's all I know.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she got engaged. I don't know if they got married, but
Well, according to Hollywood, everyone that gets engaged in movies is either to a black man. So I don't understand.
oh,
No,
Ian,
no, but it's true. Have you watched the films lately?
Jesus.
It's always a black guy. It's always a black woman. Always like it's ridiculous, isn't it? Mixed race kids, always. There you
Okay, you've got a minute to finish the topic off.
go. It's done.
There's one thing that we
Done,
didn't,
everybody.
but okay, all right.
Oh, look here. Oh, Brian. She's single.
Oh, Brown. Nobody
This is your
likes her
time, Brown.
feet.
This is your
Nobody likes
time.
her-
It's
Open
just an
toe
old
sandals
man.
for her, mate. Tell you.
Oh,
Woo.
And
It's
you're
just
both
an o-
vegans. You know, dates will be
it-
easy.
Mm.
Would you like to have a look at my nut roast? Brie?
Eh,
Dear, oh dear.
I wouldn't open with anything about your nuts, Brown.
Is there any particular brand of vegan sausage you like, Brie?
Would you like some?
Is that Vex breathing heavily?
Oh, I hope so.
I don't. Is it? Sorry, I'm wearing my gaming headset.
I know you are.
Vex.
Yeah,
Vex.
That's
sorry.
why. It's like you got-
Vex. Okay, so on 1 hour, do we feel we've
We've reviewed the
It's a
shit out
great
of this
film.
one.
Yeah,
It's
are
a great
we
film. Just go see it, guys.
are
It's
we
worth it.
happy?
Mm.
Are we happy?
I'll
the
be happy
weird
if they look
poster.
at the absolute bomb that this film will inevitably be and change course. Then I'll be happy because this is probably a new low. And if they
yes.
change course as a result, then it will have been worth something. But I don't think they will. So more
Okay.
shit coming.
I don't think they can.
I'm sure it'll be worth it for you guys, especially the Lord. You'll do well.
I keep saying this. They could really do it well if they're into
Oh, yeah.
diversity and that they want more people of color on screen and they want more women on screen. They could do it really well, but they've chosen this route. It's so stupid.
If I may, I forgot to say at the beginning of the stream, we have the most fantastic, diverse panel in the
Speak for
world,
yourself.
don't we? Yeah.
I'm
You
a
also
Galen-
forgot to say at the beginning of the stream, spoilers for the Marvels, by the way.
Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. Not that
Nobody
anybody
cares.
gives a
Nobody
It's so
cares.
incoherent that you can't really spoil it. In
Yeah.
all honesty.
I mean, everything's in the trailer. The death of the main villain is a shot in the trailer, so
Yep.
they
I
don't
was gonna
really
say
care.
the trailer's really spoiled basically all of this movie. Like you're actually
yes.
not missing much at all.
Mm.
Everything.
What a crap poster as well. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
It's because it looks like it's a clitoris at the bottom, then the bonus hole, then the asshole at the top. There you go.
Uh-huh.
All about synchronicity.
Can we move
Um,
on?
Yeah, Echo Chamberlain. Hello. Can you just not post it in the chats? My computer won't handle it. Sorry.
It won't handle it.
Echo Chamberlain's got a cool little video. Echo, you're a mod, so you can post whatever. So, okay. Shall we proceed?
Move
Yes.
along. Move along.
Okay. We've talked about the film. It's all the data now, all the shite. So we'll blast through the numbers, as it were. Yeah. I think first of all, though, I saw this and I think. Oh no!
what
It's
back
not
with
the
this?
one. It's not the one. Okay, so I think we're just doing the numbers, folks, at the moment. So, Marvel's earns $6 in the film's domestic previews.
That's terrible for that. I mean, it cost a
Horrible.
lot of money, isn't it? Look at that. That's awful.
6.6 mil. It's
There
not
were
a lot,
like,
is it? And yeah,
almost a-
one.
Yeah, almost a dozen screenings on Thursday, the day before it came out officially at my theater too. So that's a lot of screen times occupied for that kind of money.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get what's it called? Hunger Games is coming out next week, so
Oh God,
That's going to
screen
be
time.
awful. That's going
that's
to
gonna
be
be
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
It's gonna be the battle of the bombs, basically.
Yeah. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Bomb. Okay, so that's would that be Thursday?
Yes.
Hunger Games. Games.
No,
No,
What?
the previews.
the previews.
Thursday.
Thursday previews. Yes.
Oh, for the Marvels.
No, for Hunger Games.
Oh, for Hunger
Um,
Games. Okay. Sorry.
Hostman Socrates. It bombed worse than Hoppen in Japan.
It's
Is
been
here all
2
week.
months since I last heard that joke.
Is here all week?
I haven't missed it.
He's here all week. Okay.
See, look at that costume. It's like she's rolled in some mud or something. What a horrible costume. It really is, isn't it? They got her from the bright one to this horrible muddy one. It's ridiculous.
This suits her figure better though. Her figure was far
Yeah,
nicer than this.
Yeah, she looked good in that.
Yes.
Just needs the
It's-
suit to be a bit more.
brighter. Yeah, it needs
Yeah.
to be brighter, doesn't it?
They made Iman Vellani's suit horrible. It just looks like nonsense.
Her nice Punjab, you mean, with her tactical scarf
But
that
that's
she
in the
does kung
comics.
fu with?
But that's in the comics, though, isn't it? That's the way she wears that in the comics. And I've never seen anything so stupid in all my life. But anyway, let's move
Okay,
along.
so 21.3 domestic opening day, the
And, like,
lowest.
even if it holds that every day for the opening weekend, it will be something like $40 million overall below what Ant-Man 3 got.
Actually,
Because Ant-Man 3 made $106 million, I think it was, in the opening weekend. 2040, 60, yeah, so it will be like $63 million opening weekend if it holds 21 million daily for the opening weekend, which I'm not sure it will.
Entertainment.
the
Shall we blast to
worldwide
the
the worldwide total's already out, actually.
Yeah,
for-
shall I
Yeah,
blast
there's-
through to the next slide
yeah,
then?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the Marvels opens with 47 million domestically. So that'll be for the weekend, will it
It's
not?
so much worse than I said.
The
Wait till you hear the
lowest.
worldwide.
Yeah, the lowest.
He's
opening
laughing as
weekend.
well. Laughing. He's happy that it's made less than.
Is there going to be some big meetings at Disney over this?
No, there isn't, because nobody cares. Nobody
Oh, so
cares.
th-
They can
okay.
afford to lose this amount of
Right.
money. I'm telling
was-
you now.
Also, keep in mind this movie was pushed back 3 or 4 times, so I think they already knew that there was no option left with this, and they were just going to take the hit, especially now that they don't have to deal with Dune. So this is
Yeah.
like the best possible scenario for them right now.
It's ridiculous. Honestly, it really is. Never mind. Move along.
Okay. When I did I did a little a little live reaction vid review of this, and all I could think was, why the fuck isn't June or is it Dune out? Why the fuck isn't Dune out?
Because there's a rumor that they wanted to work more on the effects. And
That's
they made
understandable.
out. Yeah, they made out that it was something else, but they figured they needed
They
more.
also had
Dune.
the strike stuff to deal with and the publicity campaigns, which couldn't happen while the strike was on. It was probably the sensible decision to put it back even for that reason. In other words, the Marvels probably benefits from that because it means that there hasn't been Brie Larson on the campaign trail plugging this film for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's outperformed what it otherwise would have done.
Dune or is it June would have cleaned up.
And the actors, right? They're pretending that they've won a victory when they really got the worst deal ever, because a lot of actors were complaining that they weren't working, so they really needed to make a deal. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
isn't it?
did you? I think Brie released a little video of her thanking all the fans to go for seeing the.
Well, all 3 of them.
It was, yeah, she said, "Thank you, Mr. Brown, for going to watch."
Oh.
And here's a picture of my feet. There you go.
Oh, and that was the moment I turned off. Okay.
What is the usual sort of box office drop? So it's normally like a really good performance is like 50%, isn't it? So like by the end
Second
of next
is
weekend,
about 50. Yeah.
if it does
Yeah.
really well by next weekend and it only suffers a 50% drop, it still won't have cracked $100 million in this
So-
opening week.
Here you go, folks. Marvel's opens with 110.3 million worldwide.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it really is. This looks like the X Factor poster, doesn't it? Like
Yes.
yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? Never mind.
Here you go. Sorry, chat moved up.
I mean, just to put this in
50 to
perspective, Multiverse of Madness made 450 million worldwide during its opening weekend.
Different circumstances that you could say, because people actually like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, people do. But still, I mean,
So-
look at how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
450 to 110? Jesus, man.
Like I said, this is the best case scenario. That's why they just let it run. They didn't push it back again.
Here you go, folks. Mega Spider-Man. I slightly hope Brown, that's me, does his Dune. Was it June?
He's doing it now.
Pronunciation thing, just because it annoys the poor platoon. Dune, platoon, rhymes. I'm a poet. Don't even
If
know
you
it.
mispronounce
Blah, blah, blah.
Dune, yes, it does.
Dune.
I mean, all of you mispronounce Denis Villeneuve.
Oh,
so-
shut up.
That's
You didn't
French.
even know. Seriously. And you were going to bring that up. Jesus.
God, you're so posh. Okay, so do we want to move on from the rather depressing
Move along.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
110.
Anything to add?
Roll on.
Yeah, Blue Beetle made 128 worldwide. So
Oh,
Made more than this.
to
My
be fair
God.
though, compared to this, that movie is a masterpiece.
yeah, but
So-
Blue Beetle made 128 in total during its entire
Wow.
run. That is
okay, never mind.
horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Bree. Somebody posted this, and I did chuckle because I thought Ian's been posting. Look at the
What about this?
splat. Look at the splat. You see it?
I didn't do that. Who did
It's
that?
shit. I don't know, but I immediately I thought of you straight away.
It shouldn't be what is it? Tomato meter. It should be Diaz meter or something, or
The pooper meter.
pooper meter. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to get some t-shirts done, mate.
Maybe. Still, I think the only good thing about this film was her crop top. That was it, in my opinion. Rest
Oh,
of it
didn't
was
you guys
all
like her in the dress?
No,
No,
that dress
too
was
skinny,
all
too
ugly.
skinny. Yeah,
That
too
dress was
skinny.
ugly. It really
Yeah,
was.
that dress was fucking terrible. I have so much to say about that, but
Yeah.
I don't want to go on another 45-minute tangent. So
Here you go, folks. Wayland Bucephus. What about a bottle of? Oh God.
Do you know?
Flat tonic
Are
water
they selling
beers, that was
toys of
depressing.
Miss Marvel? Are they selling like figures? You know, like a
Probably.
Like,
Well, are
sex
they?
toys.
So are they going to sell the toy with the guy with the mop? Then that'd be quite interesting.
the last time, so I went to Disney Springs
Jesus.
in October, and the Disney stores, all the Disney stores had just like the Captain Marvel T-shirts, and
Right.
they even had some Captain Marvel Lego sets at the Lego store. So I imagine there's merch. I'd just be curious how quickly it'll be till it ends up on those resale
Bargain bucket.
racks.
Do you watch?
Yeah.
Anybody watch the? Is it the World Class Bullshitters YouTube channel with all the? They do a Saturday vid of all the merch that's on the
Nope.
shelves in the toy
Mhm.
shops in America.
Nope.
Anybody watch those? They're just
No.
incredible. The shelves are just full of Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars merch that hasn't sold. It's just
Mhm.
full of. Well, it's going to be landfill.
Oh,
The
God, I mean,
Ahsoka stuff is great. Even if you go to like those third-party ones that literally fish that shit out of the dumpster, it's all just Star Wars stuff everywhere. No one's buying Star Wars merch.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
some of the good like spaceship stuff,
hmm
which we would have, bought when we were kids. Nobody's buying it. I just feel so sorry for kids these days because it's all garbage.
yeah, it is. I
It's
mean, here when I
utter
go out
garbage.
to see like the toy shops and stuff like that, the biggest sellers are still Legos. I mean, in France, anyways, people buy Legos like there's no tomorrow. That's the main seller of any toy that they have here.
Well, it used to be like if you really liked something from Disney, then your parents just bought you everything related to that, right? So like
Yeah.
I had like Aladdin bed sheets,
The
Aladdin
backpack.
t-shirts, right? Aladdin backpack, Aladdin wallpaper stickers, right? Because you just buy as much as you can if the kid likes something. But
Yeah.
Legos are so versatile; you don't have to build just the set. So
Mhm.
Collector's items as well nowadays. Black Lives or Black Carols, $2. Rebecca Tomato score. It's shit. Okay.
It is
Shall
shit.
we? Thank you, my friend. Shall we proceed?
yes,
Yep.
The Shill Media, IGN.
God, is this the special Marvels episode? Why are we talking? We're
Yeah,
talking a
well,
lot
it says
about
here
this
the
one.
review. This is the Shill Media that loved Ahsoka. Then when it finished, backtracked. The Marvels is a triumph. Its depth can be seen not just through its characters, but through its story as it explores wars, complicated fallouts, the
Mhm.
difficulty of having a human when you are perceived a monolith, 2001, and the hilarious and complicated virtues of family, 8 out of 10.
you have deeper depth with a 4-inch dildo than this movie.
Oh, dear.
Like it bothers me because there are some good female like filmmakers and writers out there, but for the foreseeable future, anyone who's going to think about see a female movie, this is what's going to come to the forefront of their mind. This is setting women creatives back, if anything. Which
Did
is more
Disney
to
pay?
say.
Did Disney pay for this, or are
I think it's
IGN
just
after
Oh,
IGN.
IGN's just
IGN
shit.
gives 8 to everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Stream killer? Shall
We've said all we
a-
can. to
Yeah,
Uncle
yeah.
Marvel.
Shall we do? I can't remember what's next. So we'll put this one to bed. Yeah, that one.
Good night.
Okay. So a list of splats.
Splats.
Marvel's 55%. Secret
Of what?
Invasion 54. Internals 47.
Internals.
Quantum Mania 46.
What? I haven't seen Secret Invasion, and I've seen Internals. That should have got 10%.
Ooh,
Is that
yeah.
good? Bad? 10%?
Well,
Quantum
at least
Mania is
Eternals had a
dog shit.
better what's it called, dance sequence than in the at least.
What?
It's so pathetic how they're trying to put people's
They're all back in.
cultures, isn't it? It's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, they just put that music dance thing in there. I don't
Because you're Bollywood, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, folks, 2019, I would have watched all of those, but now I've not seen any of them other than the Marvels.
Well, that's the superhero
not-
fatigue point,
not
isn't it?
interested.
2019, Captain Marvel makes $1 billion, but you could have created a character called like Captain Feces and stuck it in a Marvel film, and it would have made $1 billion. Because people were really hyped for everything, and they might have come away
Yeah.
after saying that was pretty shit. But still, at least we had Infinity War and Endgame to look forward to. Whereas now it's just there's no reason because A, you haven't seen all the other stuff leading up to it because again you're kind of tired of all the shit at this point. But also because it's not building toward anything, there isn't any kind of overarching story to get invested in. You can't even, as you could with say Iron Man 3, say that's a pretty naff film, but at least I learned something about an important character. This is just, why am I spending money and time on this property when I don't understand what it's doing, what it's about, who the characters are, and actually the more I understand, the less I like it. That's the fatigue point. I think it's partly a bad writing thing, but it does go a little bit beyond that.
Yeah.
Super chats, if I may, kind of connected with this. Mega Spider-Man, €5. Hello to everyone here. What are the best and worst Marvel films or films this year, and why?
What
many
films
films
have
there
this
been this
year?
year?
Yeah.
I think they're on screen at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're all listed there.
Was the Eternals this year? I thought it was last
No,
year.
2 years ago.
Eternals was last year.
Okay.
2 years
There's
ago.
about
No, 2 years
2021.
ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, Eternals
we
was
had-
2021.
So we had Ant-Man, the Marvels. I feel like there was one more at the beginning of the year that we got.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 we have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Not
yeah.
seen that.
Yeah.
Not seen that.
I did like
Across the
Galaxy.
Spider-Verse.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hated
across the
that.
Yeah, that was
Spider-Verse,
alright, that was
Flash
alright.
also, but Flash is in Marvel. So
Oh, but I thought we were talking just MCU because wouldn't Across the Spider-Verse be separate? Because it's not. Is that canon
Yeah.
to the MCU?
no,
So
well,
being
you had
Marvel,
Donald
though.
Glover in it. So
It soon will be.
Donald
It's-
Glover was his name, Prowler from Homecoming in 2017. So technically,
Because
I don't know.
They've been
Black
trying to shoehorn
Spider-Man.
him into the Spider-Man universe though for
we
like
got a
15
black
years. So
Spider-Man.
True.
There is a line referencing the MCU universe by its number.
Black Spider-Man. Sorry.
So if we're counting the main films like directly related, we're talking Ant-Man 3, Guardians 3, and the Marvels this year.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Is Miles Morales Miles Morales?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
like Monica
Peter-
Rambeau is Monica Rambeau because
Is-
she doesn't have a superhero name.
Yeah, is Peter Parker Peter Parker?
Parker is Peter Parker.
In French, they say Peter Parker.
Oh, get in. Another super chat, folks, if I may. Nikki Rellahan. £5, real money, folks, allegedly. Another Brown sidestep. When you dodge a punch but move in front of a bus instead. Yeah, the Marvel's juggernaut, yes. Okay. They were all shit, weren't they, anyway? So
To
Yeah,
be
they
honest,
were.
Guardians 3
Oh,
was the best
sorry.
one, and even I would say that was mediocre at best.
I liked it. I thought it was quite a lot of
I
fun.
mean, when Jonathan Majors trying to stop a fight in the street is rivals whatever the MCU has put out, you know that the MCU has failed. At least that was more entertaining than all of these.
Mm.
Okay.
When was the last good MCU film? I think that would be a more interesting question.
Infinity War, that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you actually on that one. Infinity War, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. No Way Home was good. Only the latter 50% of No Way Home was good. The former destroyed Doctor Strange's character, so.
No Way Home was also just a lot of member berries. Like it's fun when you watch it and then you
I
think
remember.
about it and you're like, huh?
There you go. Actually,
Great.
Andrew, hello, mate. Infinity War.
But it's true though. You are right about that. I mean, if you look at the story very carefully on that last Spider-Man film, it doesn't make any sense, but it was enjoyable. So
It was fun
Yeah.
in the cinema, yeah.
Atom Grey, Endgame was fine. Yeah, I thought the girl power scene was fucking outstanding.
It was incredible.
It was.
But yeah, I think Infinity War was the last good Marvel thing, and then what? Marvel literally took a 1-year break, and that was enough to destroy the entire MCU.
Was it?
That was it.
Was it a 1-year break? Because like 7 months later, we got the next Spider-Man movie.
Well,
we?
no, because so we had Endgame. After Endgame, there was what's that Spider-Man movie? The second Spider-Man movie, and then
Yeah.
after that, they took an entire year. 2020, they didn't make anything at all, and they resumed with 2021.
Yeah,
And the first thing
goof.
that they dropped was Black Widow.
Oh, but
Not
then yeah,
seen that.
the virus kind of explains
Yeah, the
2020.
goof.
though, to be fair.
Yeah,
And then that's when they had all the Disney Plus stuff drop, anyways.
yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Oh God!
Move along.
Did anybody see this at the end?
yeah. What? No.
Are they going to make a
Oh, yeah.
TV series of this?
I hope not.
Probably.
No.
They're probably gonna fight like they'll probably be the spearheads of the next phase of Marvel, I guess.
Why? Nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of Haley Steinfeld stands apparently. So
Hey, listen.
Oh,
Hey,
listen.
Haley Steinfeld, no problem. She made the movie good for what 20 seconds at the end.
there
for the
you go.
Marvels.
See,
That was it.
that's all you need.
I saw her face. I immediately smiled. That was all I needed.
There you go, eggs BT. Fuck off that thing. Jim D. See, here we go. Put a chick in it.
Oh, they're just gonna make her socialist and lame though. In this
And
case,
actually, Andrew is, well,
I think
Delu-
socialist and lame are
delusional.
synonyms, aren't they?
at this point, yes.
Okay. So, if we do see that, I don't even think I'll be tempted to watch it while I'm munching on my toast, to be fair, but there you go. Should we move on?
It's a
Yes.
challenging
Yes.
wank, make no mistake.
Especially while eating toast, yes. Let's move on. Okay, so this is all the reshoot stuff, isn't it? Princess Fiona, we know her. Yeah, Captain America 4 is reportedly getting extensive reshoots after negative test.
They have to do better.
scores.
This is the exact same thing that happened with
Senator.
the Marvels, though. Test screeners saw it, nobody liked it, so they did all the reshoots, and this is what we got.
Yeah,
You
same thing
have
that
to
happened to
do-
Aquaman as well.
You have to
Ugh.
do better, Senator.
You got to do better. You've got to step up. It's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Wow,
I
I,
guess.
I thought he'd walked in the room then.
How did
Oh,
I?
yeah.
I was like, what? He's here.
Is I didn't watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, but is
Oh,
Bucky
shit.
going to be in this as well, or do we know?
Probably. It's his Buddy, yeah, probably.
They're like
Yeah.
sidekicks though, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Here you go, Gallifreyan Avenger. I'm not going to say it, but I'll put it on screen. Jesus. Fuck.
Right on the anniversary too.
What?
No, they'll do it on the anniversary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, give us Captain Bucky, yeah.
Captain
Yep.
what?
Bucky.
Oh,
Well, they-
Bucky Barnes.
Bucky
Barnes.
Barnes, yes.
Bucky
the,
Barnes.
The Winter Soldier. Here you go. Typhoon, yeah.
You
Freckled.
said Captain Bookie. I was like, does he work at Ladbrokes or?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
Freckle
just-
Jesus.
This is going to be
Oh,
this costume is so awful. It just looks stupid on him, and this is going to be pathetic. This is
Zero
film.
stealth whatsoever with this costume, to be honest
yeah,
with
it
you.
really
Well, if-
sucks.
Well, if it's
Big time.
foggy, you might not be able to see him.
Yeah, true. No, Freckle
up in
Jesus,
Canada.
the actress was so bad that anything I see her in, I just cannot watch. Can you imagine that?
She was in Solo.
Yeah, it has tainted Falcon and Winter Soldier has tainted my perception of her so badly that even when she's in a good film, kind of like she was in The Green Knight for about 15 minutes. She
Wait,
gave a
who was
great
that?
performance, but man, she was the headless woman in The Green Knight.
Freckle
No,
face.
what actress are you talking about?
Freckle Jesus from
Is that her actual name?
No.
Yeah, she was in Willow, wasn't she, as well? Killing
And Solo.
killing that franchise.
That made no money, by the way.
Yeah, it lost money, apparently.
Mm.
Okay, shall we... Anthony Mackie's great, but he can't even say
I
that.
do like Anthony Mackie. I think he's a good actor and he's a really nice chap. Unfortunately, he is collecting the check for his pension.
Yep.
So there you go.
Let's not forget Harrison Ford is in it as well.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, of course. He's playing Red Hulk, isn't he?
Oof.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Oh
a
my
general,
God.
some sort of important
Yeah,
general.
because the red General Ross turns
replacement,
into the Red Hulk, doesn't he?
Gotcha. Okay.
So he's replacing William Hurt. Is it William Hurt?
Yes,
Who
I think that's
died,
him. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Cool.
So these are the films that are... we've got some release dates now, folks. Captain America 4, February 14th, 2025.
Mm.
Fantastic Four, May 2nd. Superman Legacy, July 11. Thunderbolts, fuck knows what that is. July 25th. Batman 2, October 3rd. Blade, November 7. That's 2025, folks.
Not interested in any of them.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
maybe Superman. That's it. But Batman too. No, they can piss off.
Yeah, I'll watch Blade. That's my favorite kind of MCU property right there. And I
Yeah.
like Mahershala Ali. I think he's a good actor. So
Yep.
I'll
Yeah.
check it out. But
Blade's
I'm prepared to be
daughter is going to be taken over, unfortunately, in this one.
Well, it's getting rewritten, though, isn't it? So
yeah,
I,
it is
I
getting rewritten.
Blade may surprise us. I don't know. I just have yeah. You know, one of my secret kind of, like with the Flash, my good feeling. Moving on. Okay.
The Batman.
Okay, Blue Man will be happy with that. So
Batman 2. Batman 1 was rubbish. It was long.
It was
boring.
long
We've
for
explained
nothing.
that to him, but he still loves it.
It's all right if he likes it, but you know.
The first 15 minutes of the movie out of 3 hours are good. That's it.
I remember the director was going, "Yeah, we're going to make him into the best detective ever," and he didn't do any detecting. He did nothing.
He gave all the work to
Absolutely
Alfred.
nothing.
Yeah,
That's
Alfred
right,
did this
yeah.
to me. Then he went off to sleep.
So
but that was it.
rubbish.
everybody's doing. I'll give it to Waylon. The Batman 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yes. Okay.
Look, Superman's
if-
taking a dump there, isn't he? Looks like. I don't know what he's doing there.
So if there's one film that you can watch on that list quickly, which would it be? Lord, one film only.
I mean, the serious answer is probably Superman Legacy,
Yeah. I'll
and
probably
the
agree with
unserious answer is Thunderbolts because I want to see what a bargain basement looks like on TV.
that. Vex,
Blade.
Kitty.
Fantastic Four. I want to see how they fuck it up for a third time in live action.
Ian, chat as well, by the way.
I not interested in any of them. But at a push, probably Superman. I want to see what they do with Superman.
Yeah. Z?
Yeah, also Superman. I couldn't care less about all the other entries.
Oh, it's a toss-up between Superman and Blade.
You know Blade's going to be rubbish because if it isn't, if Blade isn't
Yeah.
R-rated, then it's just not worth
Well,
watching.
it is going to be R-rated.
Yeah,
We're
it's
getting
getting
rewritten
they decided
and
when
R-rated.
they chose to
Yeah.
rewrite it that they're going to make it R-rated now. So
with
Yeah,
women in charge.
Well,
No.
we don't know. They might get written out of it. Yeah, Superman. Because the ego Joshua, will Lois be lame and gay? No, she's really hot, isn't she?
yeah, she's cute. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's hot AF. Okay.
What
Let's move
the
on.
fuck?
And that just confirms James Gunn. Thanks to the efforts of our talented crew who never lost faith during the longest strikes in Hollywood history and who never let their foot off the pedal, continuing to barrel forward, creating the most amazing character and set designs I've seen in my entire career. July the 11th, 2025.
That's a
I have
bold statement for set designs, especially considering James Gunn made like Slither and all of those other really well put together movies.
There you go. Yep. Joshua says James Gunn told us Blue Beetle. Best film ever.
question, because I find this really ambitious that they're putting forth all of these set dates for release now. Was this common like 25 years ago that you'd announce a film this far in advance for release?
Yeah, and they'd
Do you
usually
recall that?
deliver on time as well.
Okay.
I was
I don't-
dead 25 years ago. I couldn't tell you.
I was too young to recall this 25 years ago. So that's why because I don't remember even through the early 2000s. Like,
Yeah, if a film was announced back in the day, it would be pretty much delivered on time.
but did they give a set date? Because it was always just it's expected to come out in this year. They never preemptively gave like a specific date from what I
Ian,
remember.
did they? I think they sometimes they did.
Maybe they give a period like summer, winter, or something like
That's
that.
what, yeah, it was
spring.
usually like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They used to. But yeah. Never mind. I couldn't give a shit anymore. Seriously, I don't care about Marvel. I don't care about DC. They fucked up too many times for me to care about them anymore. I can't be asked with them anymore. I really can't. I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't care either.
No,
Yeah.
they've systematically ruined everything that I love.
Yeah.
Oh,
We just extend our thoughts and prayers because I think Robot Head is currently chatting from the cinema watching the Marvels.
what?
And like he's in the chat. If you're thinking this right now at the beginning, I can tell you it only gets about 950% worse. So good luck.
Just wait to the Bollywood scene. It's horrendous.
Is it a Bollywood scene though? Because it just
Well,
looks like someone vomited up paint on a screen.
It's not a Bollywood scene.
Well, it's kind of a
It's a
singing
scene.
song,
That's it.
singing song dance.
Are
a
you just
scene.
saying it's Bollywood because the planet's called Aladdin?
Is it called Aladdin?
What's it called, Aladdin?
It was like Aladdin or something, but it makes
yeah,
so much
something
more
like that.
sense to say Aladdin.
Robot Head, I look forward to your review. You'll make a nice bit of cheddar off it, my friend. It's worth the pain.
Well,
Okay.
you know, that's the way it goes.
Let's move on.
Enjoy your popcorn. That's all I can say.
Did anybody see this?
Yes.
Warner Brothers will get a 30 million tax write-off for shelving Coyote versus Acme. The film was completed with very good test scores. Warner Brothers reportedly thought it wasn't worth the cost to release or to sell to other buyers. The film is finished, starring John Cena, produced by James Gunn.
What a stupid decision. Cartoons always work in the cinema, especially good ones. So this would this would have made a lot of money if people were happy. Like, I don't get Warner Bros. You can get 30 million off of this as a tax write-off, but I do think that this would have been incredibly profitable in cinemas. It would have
Same here.
probably made at least 500 million. So this is just a complete misfire.
It depends. It depends on how it was made. Because the Chuck Jones versions were hilarious, but I saw what they did with Tom and Jerry, the last thing they did with Tom and Jerry, and that was awful. It doesn't resemble Tom and Jerry.
They
at all.
said specifically that this one is like the original, like it's as close as you can get to the original Looney Tunes cartoons. That's why they said it was so good.
Well, if it was, then they're making a big mistake. But I think maybe they haven't because they need the money, right?
Yeah, they need all the money they can get.
Batgirl would make a ton of money.
Oh yes, for sure.
You know what?
Seriously, because there's so much, like everyone knows it's so bad that they desperately want to see it. It's
you know what? Somebody has got a copy of that film.
Yes.
I can guarantee it. It's going to be
not the directors. They haven't
five years from now. Someone at Comic-Con is going to be selling that film. I'm telling you now.
They're just going to upload it online, and then that's how we'll find it. It would be great.
It's on the same hard drive as Batgirl.
Yeah.
I would have been interested in this because Roadrunner and Coyote, part of my childhood.
Same. Yep.
I don't think it would make money because kids are not into this stuff anymore. I think it's a good decision because they are hemorrhaging money and they need the money. But kids don't watch stuff like this anymore. They're into TikTok and all that. The face of children.
Yeah, but we do.
But the thing is, it's not enough of us.
Yeah, kids have not got money. We've got money.
Well, you would go and see this. I wouldn't go and see this until it comes on TV. I wouldn't.
It can be a case of supply dictating demand there. I mean, one of the reasons kids don't watch more of this kind of thing is that they've already assumed that kids won't watch this kind of thing, so they don't make it. So there's no competition from this kind of thing that could maybe distract kids from the awful generic 3D-ness of most modern cartoons. It's time consuming to make, obviously, and you always sort of, you can see why they might view it as a risk, given that it's not common to see sort of hand-drawn animation making waves in cinema anymore, if you don't count stuff like Studio Ghibli. But if you're not giving kids the option, then of course they're not going to see it. But actually,
no. Have you got kids, Ben? You probably haven't. I haven't got kids either. But my nieces are always around my place, right? They're always eating my food, always watching TV, watching
rice and
but
peas.
they're always on their phone, right? And I know what kids through them. I know what kids do. They don't watch cartoons. They don't. They can't.
But that's my point. My point is that if you're not making cartoons for them to watch, then of course they aren't going to watch them. But unless you test the proposition by actually giving them an alternative, you don't know exactly what kids will respond to. Obviously, if the only thing they can watch is bullshit TikTok nonsense, and that's the only thing they will watch.
Yeah, that's the only thing they. If this cartoon was released, none of my nieces would want to go and see this.
You got to get your nieces off of TikTok.
I can't. Oh I've tried
just take their phones. That's it.
Yeah, when they come over, just take their phones. Yeah,
exactly.
But one of my nieces, right, was in my bedroom on the computer, right? And look, just get your filthy mind out of that place, please. And so there was a clip from Back to the Future on YouTube, and I said, and she watched it, and she went, "What's that?" And I said, "It's Back to the Future. Do you want to see the whole film?" And she's like, she was umming and ahhing, but I made her sit down and watch it, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. That's what you got to do. You got to force them.
You have to take them. Yeah, but that's the other important thing. That obviously, if you don't tell kids what they have to watch, then they'll just relapse to their phones and watch like cancerous TikTok videos. But if a film like this came out and parents said, "Right, we're going to go and see it," and you have no choice, then children will watch it, and they might, come out better human beings than if they just sat there watching the latest like viral TikTok.
You're not allowed to force kids to do anything these days. You're not even allowed to smack them when they're rude. You're not allowed.
My mom used to whoop my ass. Even my auntie used to whoop me.
So how are you going to get them in the cinema to watch a film they don't want to watch?
Hold on. But now we're talking a different circumstance, right? Because these are now kids that are just used to having a screen all the time, and they've had the freedom to just watch whatever they want.
Exactly.
Whereas when all of us were growing up, all there was TV and maybe a collection of VHSs if you had that. Right? So the circumstances are different.
For me.
A clip around the ear never hurt anybody.
Well, hurt the kid.
Okay, so another own goal from Warner's.
I do like Coyote and Roadrunner.
Meep,
though.
meep, meep,
Yeah.
meep.
Used to make me laugh as a kid.
Okay,
Talk about kids.
Edgar Wright reveals he was approached about doing a new version of Scott Pilgrim Saga before going with the anime.
Oh,
A
no, they
producer
should,
called me and said Universal were asking if there anything we can do with Scott Pilgrim as a property.
they should make the sequel, man. I really liked that film. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
about you
liked it as
guys.
well.
I really
bought
I
thought
it.
it was
loved that film.
well
Oh, I
directed,
adore
well
Scott
performed,
Pilgrim.
and very
Yeah.
funny. I thought it was.
I mean, hell, it gave me a crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead that I've kept to this day. So yeah,
Hated Brie. Brie was in it.
Mm.
No,
And so
those
was
are her
played
real
Envy
vocals, by the
Adams.
way.
Chris Evans was in it as well.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, he was really good in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was really, really
Fun.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Really, really well directed. And fantastic images in there and stuff. I just thought it was really a lot of fun. It's a shame it didn't really make enough money to
It
warrant a
flopped, yeah.
sequel. Yeah.
I will say, folks, Atom Gray with his channel is nearly approaching 500. We've been here before with this.
Atom Gray.
Hold on. Make your kids watch the classics. You made me watch anti-lesbian propaganda. Hold on.
I will say, folks, if you could help Atom Gray get to 500, I think what we need to do is, after the stream, click on the link or click on the link now. You have to watch a portion of one of the videos. I think if they're not monetized and there's like a big load of
Surge.
people, yeah, they just knock them all off. If you're monetized, it doesn't affect, but you've got to get monetized before. So
They're really close though. Like it would only take like 30 subs for them to get there. So I doubt they'll take away all of.
they will. They will.
Keith, it did it to Keith, didn't they?
Yeah, we managed to get Keith 40 subs, and they just took them all away.
Took them all away.
So you've got to sub in dribs and drabs. Just watch a video for, I don't know, a minute, and then just subscribe. Let's get him monetized.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one is more deserving of monetization
It's
than
the
Atom
small
Gray.
channels who don't get any luck.
They doing the voices then, these people, for the cartoon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
well,
of
the
them.
original, yeah.
Ah, okay, cool.
I'm really excited for that series to come out this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's this week already.
This week, yeah, this coming
Wow.
week.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, they also did a Zoom call back when there was, 2020, where
Yep.
they reread the entire script with Brian Lee O'Malley, who's the creator and the penman of the comics that was drawing them as they did it. It's pretty cool.
Here you go, folks. Chat moved up. Waylon Bucephus, and I agree with this 100%. You should force your kids to watch Saving Private Ryan.
I force my younger nieces and
100%.
nephews to watch horror movies to scare the shit out of them so that they stop annoying
That's the only
me.
thing they'd watch, though. I mean, that my nieces love horror films. It's the only thing they will watch. You know, if you put a horror film on, they're watching it.
You know what,
what I mean?
folks? I think they should show Saving Private Ryan in schools.
Well,
No,
for
let's
sure.
the porn version, yeah. Saving Private.
What, Saving
Show that one.
Private Ryan's parts?
That's it. That's the
I think
one.
they should reenact Saving Private Ryan in schools with live ammunition, and then the ones who come
Oh.
out alive are probably
Well,
fit to live.
they'll be reenacting the beach scene in London very soon.
Shaving
I-
Ryan's privates.
Am I mistaken? Right? Is Piers Brosnan made the same film that Michael Caine made? You know,
Yeah,
Piers Brosnan's got a
Fox,
film
yeah.
coming out, right? And he plays a 70-year-old that walks from one point to the next to meet his friends from World War II. And that's the same story as the Michael Caine one, right? Anybody? Nobody?
Pass.
Nobody.
No.
Okay. Just thought somebody would know. I think it's the same story, but just told it two different ways. You know,
Welcome
like
to-
when Deep Impact came out and then Armageddon came out. You know, the same.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Deep Impact, Armageddon. You had
Yeah.
a lot of those back then.
Yeah. Twister, and what was the other one? Twister, and I can't remember the other one that was like Twister, but yeah. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Here you go. Tom has some thoughts. I offered Saving Private Ryan DVD to a friend in college. She said she was not on the seashore, was fine because she likes horror. The next day she came back freaking out, giving me the DVD. She couldn't even make it 10 minutes.
Wow.
Those
my
are the
God.
best 10 minutes, though.
Yeah.
She'd probably faint watching what I watch, to be honest.
It's a great movie.
It is.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Anybody see this?
It's Morbin time.
Oh, is that why there was a picture of him like in the same room as Trump earlier this week?
Oh no, that
Because
was that was a UFC fight, I think.
Oh, okay, okay.
Jared Leto is climbing up the Empire State Building, and it was him.
Why?
What
Why is
floor?
he climbing up?
I think it's something to do with his new album. Was
Yeah,
it
30
some-
Seconds to
Yeah,
Mars,
to Mars. Yeah,
the new album.
Fair play to him. He climbed up.
Hold on, 30
Yeah.
Seconds to Mars is still making music?
I guess, yeah.
Dang.
Jared Leto needs to do
Did they
something, man.
ever make music?
How dare you?
How
For
very
shame.
dare you. You got Black Lives or Black Cavals.
dare
It's
you.
Morbin climb.
How dare
Jim, here you go. Sorry, chat moved up. Jim D, stay up there, mate.
Why
He
is
should
he
have jumped
climbing?
off with a wingsuit, and that would have been cool.
Why is he climbing?
Uh,
He's
he
got a
can? I
cult
don't know.
too. He's just insane at this point. So
yeah,
Well, why do they allow him to climb it?
Because it's Jared Leto.
yeah. He's like the sane version of Ezra Miller. That's basically it.
Oh, okay.
the sane version of this guy like left dead rats for Margot Robbie on the set of Suicide
Yeah, I mean
Squad.
the sane. You know what I mean by sane
It's a
version.
relative term.
Here you go, folks. Johnny Lawrence's mum. My ex-husband took me to the movies after the birth of our son. I assume that was Johnny. He took me to see Saving Private Ryan. Ugh. Brilliant.
Incredible.
Okay, so do we want to talk any more about Jared or
No,
No.
he didn't
Right.
fall off, so it's not news.
Waiting for Morbius too. You know.
okay, let's move on.
Thomas
Anybody-
Cruise.
Anybody see this?
Thomas
a-
Cruise.
Yes. A cop has pled guilty to pulling a gun on a fellow officer who threatened to spoil Top Gun Maverick. The cop got a community correction order for 2 years, 100 hours of community service, and a recorded conviction. This was in Sydney, Australia.
Understandable.
Surprised,
Yeah.
not surprised.
Can you believe it?
Yeah,
eh?
Sydney's great. You can threaten to gas the Jews and you're absolutely
Oh.
fine. But the minute you try and stop someone spoiling Top Gun Maverick, you're put in prison.
Demonetized, everybody.
Does that mean I can say the C word?
No,
finally?
we can't. No. As I said, lots of bad things happening in the world, everybody. Lots
Yeah.
of very, very, very bad things. Here you go, Iceman, Sydney, Utah. No, it was Sydney, Australia.
I didn't know this happened. I've been really tuned out of pop culture news this last week. So
Praise the Lord.
Oh, that.
Praise
I
the
mean,
Lord, everybody.
I would have expected a movie. I mean, Top Gun Maverick, sure, but come on, man.
Movie.
It's a good movie, though. Here you go, Princess Fiona. They
It
have
is.
guns in Sydney. Yeah, the police carry guns.
Police,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
He should have tased him. It would have been
Yeah.
less
Don't-
costly.
don't tase me, bro. We get another one of those seeds floating around the internet.
Okay. Tom saved cinema. Let's move on.
Did he now?
Inside Out 2 is Disney's most watched animated trailer of all time with 157 million views.
Whoa.
I actually
Whoa.
don't care about this movie at
God.
all.
I've never
Nope.
seen the first one anyway.
Whoa.
First one should not be a children's movie. Way too dark to be a children's movie.
Uh,
Oh,
In
this
my-
can be even darker because it introduces anxiety.
It does. Yeah.
There's probably going to be some nod
What?
to trans ideology or some shit like that too, because they introduce anxiety.
I did like the first one. I got to admit.
It was a good film, just too dark for kids, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Put a
It's
chick
nice.
in it.
It's nice to have dark stuff for kids because they don't do it enough, in my opinion.
Well,
Yeah, they used to do it a lot.
Dark in
back
the sense that
then.
they wouldn't understand it. Like a lot of the stuff we saw as dark as children, we kind of could put into context, but I don't think a lot of kids would understand the depth of Inside Out 1.
Yes, that's true, but still, you don't need to understand the depth to enjoy that film. You know, I
That's
know
fair.
a lot of kids that. Yes, I'm saying I know a lot of kids just watch it for.
So is it a
watching
decent
Also,
movie then?
if the
first
kids
one?
don't understand it, then it's not really too dark for them by definition. It's just
Yeah.
subtext that the kid won't get. But I remember watching some really fucking tragic and traumatic kids. Watership
Same.
Down is kids entertainment, and that
Yeah.
is actually scary and
It is.
terrifying.
Yeah, it is. It is. Watcher in the
Bambi.
Woods. I remember that one Disney put out, and I was a bit scared when I watched that. So yeah, dark stuff they don't do for kids these days. They should. They really should.
Anybody see the Wish trailer?
Nope.
I don't even
Oh,
know what
no.
that is.
Nor
It
do
was
I.
the trailer would have been on the trailer for. It would have been at the beginning of Marvels.
The power cut out at the beginning of my Marvels showing, much like
Oh,
the
look
power
at you!
cut for my Barbie showing. That happened as
Yeah,
well.
look at you! Look at you!
Yeah. But then it came back on after about 10 minutes, but I missed the Wish trailer as a result. So
Here you go, folks. Big problema, dude. Please, we used to watch RoboCop as kids. Brilliant.
Yep, and watch people get melted by acid.
It's a great movie. It's a great
Toxic
movie.
waste.
It is a good movie.
Okay. Should we move on?
Sure.
Okay, so it's officially over, everybody. The SAG after and the studios have officially reached a tentative deal on a new 3-year contract. Yay!
It's funny, right? The actors took the worst deal going because obviously they were getting pressure from the actors going, we really need to work.
Mhm.
What was that all about? Why did they go on strike if they weren't willing to go all the way? That's all I can say. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
Vex, would you be willing to go all the way?
depends
course
with
you
who
will.
and how many inches are involved.
So how long has this been going on? Is it 10 million years, the strike?
I think
How many-
6 months, right?
6
Wow.
months.
Maybe, I guess, or 4 to 6 months or something. Wait, let me look it up.
Just seems like it's been going on forever, doesn't it? Are we bothered now?
118 days. That's how it was.
So almost almost 4 months.
Yeah.
Wow. Don Power Ranger 117.
I didn't know that. The woman that was in The Nanny, that American show, she's one of the top people in SAG, isn't she?
The Nanny.
Yeah, you ever that American show called The Nanny?
Yeah, the one with the really funny voice.
Yeah.
Screechy voice.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, saw a video and I was like, that's that woman in The Nanny.
Oh, Fran something, I guess.
Yeah. But as I said, right, what was the point? They took the worst deal ever. And
What was the deal?
I can't remember, but I know it's the worst deal ever because the actors were complaining they weren't working. So they had to, that's a big lie, isn't it? Strong. They weren't strong at all. They caved.
They kind of did. I mean, so they got some of what they wanted, but the actual text of the agreement just reads like your general resolution to any union strike. They've got a pay rise amounting to about 10%. I think there's a bonus if you meet certain viewership figures on streaming, and they got some guarantees on the use of artificial intelligence and image replication and things like that. So there's bits and pieces. It's not that dissimilar from what I've only skimmed the text, but it's not that dissimilar from what the writers were offered. If anything, it's given the extraordinary demands they were making, they've actually caved, whereas the writers were quite successful. But they had to drop their claim for residuals and all the rest of that, and revenue sharing as well, which is complete nonsense. They've got rid of all of that.
No, the studios won. The studios won. Netflix, Warner Brothers, Universal, they all won against the actors and the writers. They were really terrible deals. Both of them took because they realized they didn't have any power. As I said, I've got a lot of friends in LA. Well, I call them friends in LA, and a lot of them were saying we can't afford to be on strike anymore. We need to work.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, and that's the reason why the pressure was from the actors to actually resolve this thing, and that's what they don't report on. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I
They're
mean,
reporting it's like a victory, but it wasn't really a victory, really, for the writers nor the actors.
Here you go, folks. Professor R2, Fran Drescher
Drescher.
reportedly acted like a complete ass during the negotiations. She would show up with dogs, talk to stuffed animals, and read poetry.
Sounds like LA.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
The
like
sane
then-
people of LA.
Mm.
And then the chat went mad with how the chat normally does, making their own things up. Punchable Face said, Fanny Drencher. Stream killer.
Oh, God.
I know, stream killer. Okay. So, thank fuck it's over, yeah?
No, it's not.
No,
They're gonna
yes,
give us
no.
more rogue stuff.
It'll
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
they're
be
starting
back
to
in a
make things
couple of
again.
years.
You know that scene in The
Ah.
Shining where all the blood pours out of the elevator? It's like that, but the
God.
blood is just shit. And
Yeah.
that's what we've got in store.
That's right. It's
And
shit.
now that they've seen that there's
It's
no
shit,
there's no
everybody.
actual money in the stuff that they're currently producing, at the rate at which they're producing it, anyways, they're gonna cut down on the amount of stuff that they're making, anyways. So
Mm.
people are still gonna be out of jobs because they're
Yes.
reducing the amount of films that they're producing, even TV shows. Because
Yeah.
Netflix is losing money, Warner Bros is losing money, Disney's losing money, Universal. I don't know, man. Do they make
Universal
okay.
Universal have stayed out of all the woke stuff.
Yeah, because of the animation department. That's
Yeah,
they've been
they're
making
doing
a lot of
okay,
money with the
Universal.
animation.
Yeah, they're doing okay.
Mm.
Yeah, we're gonna. I agree. I think we're gonna see a wave of laid off, what actors, whatnot, in the next year probably.
Yeah, I guess, and then people will start going back to independent type of cinemas, like independent type movies. That's probably what
Rebecca Gold coming to a cinema near you, folks.
Mhm.
So,
Ooh,
somehow
yeah.
I doubt it.
You can
never
rent
know.
out a cinema though now and show whatever you want.
Yeah, do that,
so-
Ian.
Yeah, you can.
No. I know where I stand when it
Could we
comes
not
to
do that? Get Rebecca Gold finished, and then we'll
Yeah.
hire out the local Cineworld, and then we'll have the meetup, and everybody who's in Blighty.
hire a few ladies for like $10 a piece to just show up scantily clad, you know?
Yeah,
Really sell it.
I'm sure that everybody who's in Blighty would turn up. I'd turn up for that.
You'll be able to boast as well after the fact. You'll be able to say there were more people in the cinema to watch my thing than were in the cinema to watch the Marvels on
Yes.
opening day.
See, here you go. Sorry, chat moved up. XBT. Yeah, cool idea.
What do you call it? Who was the girl that said yesterday that she met me and I couldn't remember meeting her? The one that was
Redhead
Red-
Redemption.
Redemption. I was like, I can't even remember meeting her. Apparently, she met me. Oh, well,
It's
never
the
See,
price
we're
of
all,
fame, my friend. You meet so many people, you just can't remember them.
mind. Just can't remember.
Chat, if Ian did that, we'd all turn up, wouldn't we? Yes.
I would come back to England to see
I'll have
Yeah,
a special
do it.
screening in where you're not in Toronto, are you?
Do it in
I'm not close enough to
calms.
Toronto,
Calm.
though.
Do it in
Right, okay.
calm. Calm.
You're doing Khan.
Calms. Calms. Yeah, everybody turn up. Apart from Amelia Bedelia. Shall we just go to shall we just go, in fact, shall we just go to Amelia Bedelia's place? It'd be just easier for all of us to go there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably.
I'm having the couch.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
They took the word. Oh, for God's sake. Seriously. Wearing a skirt. What's that all about? Seriously.
You like,
the
do you like that,
Boondocks
Ian?
predicted this.
I don't. I'm sorry, but they're coming after your kids. They're coming after you.
Oh,
What can I say?
So this is an actual outfit that he's wearing for a scene in Doctor Who.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yikes.
Sadly, yes. He's wearing a
man.
skirt.
It's like the one black person in all of Scotland. What's going on?
Yeah. Is that? And a lot of people were saying to me, you know, the diehard Doctor Who fans, it's a kilt. It's not a kilt. It's a freaking skirt. Do you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
that's a skirt.
That's a skirt. It's not a kilt.
Yeah, the
There's
kilts have
no
more.
sporran.
Yeah, isn't there like pleating with the kilts? This is just
yeah,
straight.
there's no, yeah, plus there's no sporran.
That's what I'm saying. It's a skirt, and you know, This is Doctor Who. It's not Doctor Who for me, unfortunately.
And he looks like he's wearing eyeshadow or bronzer.
Oh, just don't even
think
go
he is.
there. Don't even go there.
Is this a
Seriously.
British cigarette? Is that what this is?
Oh,
Is that the Gatwa clan tartan? I'm
It
not
just
sure.
it just saddens me. I mean, Doctor Who's been destroyed more than Star Wars and Star Trek, literally destroyed. I'll give it a chance, but I don't think I'm going to. I
Fiona,
don't
oh
think
my
I'm going to
that's very naughty.
stick it.
Jesus.
Seriously, it really is bad, isn't it? Come on. He's the
It
first
is.
Doctor with a moustache, though, let's face it. I just don't think
Well,
the Doctors
apart from Peter Cushing,
well, yeah, I guess. But he's not
So
canon,
he's
is
not.
he?
So he's not.
no.
No. I just seriously, it just breaks my heart because I like Doctor Who. Never mind.
Well, you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
I've
gonna
never
say
seen
it?
Doctor Who.
Well, don't watch this version or don't watch the Jodie version either. Doctor Who should never be a woman. Doctor Who should never be black, in my opinion.
I think I saw a couple of episodes with that Matt guy. I
Yeah.
forget his name.
It was
Matt
alright.
Smith.
Yeah, Matt Smith. I saw a couple when I was growing up, but that was pretty much it because they never played it on BBC Africa.
That's
They
right.
mostly had Top Gear over there. That was it.
Right.
Yeah, coincidentally, another franchise the BBC fucked up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's Disney and BBC, isn't it? So you know you're gonna get what you're gonna get at the end of the day.
There's ne. Everybody,
It's just it's ridiculous, isn't it?
you're not feeling that, are you, Ian?
Wouldn't like to feel it. No.
It's shit, isn't it?
I don't even want to talk about it. It's just heartbreaking. Never mind. Let's move on, shall we? It's not even worth my time.
Here you go. Common people, super chat, £5. Thank you, my friend. Real money, apparently. As my old dad used to say, you clean up the mayonnaise, I'll go and slip into me Spider-Man costume.
Dad has a lot of sayings.
What?
Very wise man, your old fella, common people. Very, very wise man.
God. Oh yeah, what a flop that film was.
I
More
didn't
so
even
than
know
the
this
Marvel.
movie existed
Yeah, I
until
know.
this came out.
I know.
What is this?
Daisy
I didn't know
Ridley,
it existed
everybody.
until I saw this slide right here. What's her new movie?
This is a
Anybody
film
know?
that she made that basically never made any money.
When
It's
did it come out?
The Marsh King's Daughter.
was it last year? No, beginning of this year, I think. I'm not sure. Basically, it's about
Zero
her.
promotion.
She's got a family. She's got a nice husband who happens to be white. Would you believe? And
Kylo Ren.
strange. And yeah, and
I'm here
the
always.
police come to her house and say her dad's escaped from jail, and the husband's going, "I thought you said your dad was dead." He goes, "No." Apparently, her dad is some kind of criminal genius and's coming after her or some nonsense like that.
It came out last week.
There you go.
Holy crap.
There you
Got
go.
a 34% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
What's it called? Do we know again? Sorry.
Yes,
The
it's
Marsh
Marsh
King's
King's
Daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even. I mean, is it just my imagination? But she gotten less
we go.
attractive as she's gotten older.
It's called
It's-
Age, I think.
It's
Uh,
the lack of work.
Stress.
Yeah.
Here you go, punchable face. She's a rising star, don't you know?
You know
She's
what? She
not-
must have really happy when she got that part in Star Wars, and now she's
Poor
probably
Daisy.
regretting it, isn't she? She's probably
Yeah, 'cause-
regretting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
poor
Is she
Daisy.
related to Ridley's? No,
No,
sorry.
no.
Not Ridley Scott. Oh, fuck,
That's
hold
very
on.
tenuous.
Brain fart. Oh my goodness. Isn't she related to a
Just
big
leave it there. Just leave it there.
Okay, all right.
Stop. Listen. Stop digging.
Ridley, what?
No, isn't she related to a big producer or something like that? That's how she kind of got her jump
I
start.
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's related to Mega Geek.
No, she's not.
Oh,
No, she's that was the guy who played Harry Potter. His mum was related to someone that was in the industry or something like that. That's how
Daniel Radcliffe?
yeah, Daniel. That's how he he got the audition, didn't he? That's how he got
See,
it.
I'm with common people on this. Leave me Daisy alone. Yeah, common people likes Daisy.
I mean,
I
her
mean,
career
she's
has had an
alright.
absolute nosedive because
Yeah.
what she was in Murder on the Orient Express, then she did that horrible movie with Tom Holland,
Oh
Chaos
God,
Walking,
yeah.
and then this, pretty much
Yeah.
it.
We found out. Here you go, Professor R2 gone vegan. That's a
Oh,
vegan face.
Oh,
That is. Yeah.
cool. And yeah, she played a rabbit in the Peter Rabbit live action movie. That was it.
it's a shame, really. She had a lot of promise.
Well, I think her best performance, Vex. I don't know if you've played that game that she was in. I forget the name, but she was in a video game, and she actually gave a great performance in that.
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Just for Ian.
Is that-
Daisy.
Oh God, no.
Uh,
Daisy.
12 minutes. Yeah, there we go. That's the
Oh
game.
no, I
Me
haven't
your
played this at all.
answer
Oh, but James
to.
McAvoy and Willem Dafoe are in it too.
Yeah, it's a really like great performance by Daisy Ridley, and that's the
Okay.
only thing of note that she's done. That's it.
Apparently, it's the Star Wars way. Everybody too much of the old Bolivian.
Oh yeah,
Like Carrie used to do.
man.
There you go. Jeez, chat is just.
She looks like
brutal.
she did that surgery that all the other chicks have gotten in Hollywood where they get rid of the cheek fat and it
Oh, like the
hollows
girl
out.
from The Boys. She did that
Yeah.
too. Starlight.
That's
that
what it
girl.
looks like she's done here because she has a pretty face. I remember when she was in Star Wars at
Yeah,
least.
she's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, Don. Take care, mate. Yeah, she's pretty. Well, she used to be pretty. That's just the
How old is
weight
she?
of the
Let me
world.
look this up.
Late 20s. That's the weight of the world face. That is.
She's 31.
Oh my
What?
goodness. She's younger than I am then. She looks like that.
31.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for her though. It's not her fault. I mean, you know, she is. I've seen her and stuff. I've seen her on stage actually. So she's quite a good actress, but it's a shame that she went into Star Wars and now her career's kind of over, really.
Yeah.
Much like
essentially.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Yeah, move on. Here we go.
John Wick.
Oh god.
John Wick 5 is currently being
Enjoy
written.
your stay, Mr. Wick.
Are we really surprised by this though? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss that guy. I really liked him.
Lance
Reddick.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
So we're not infused about John Wick 5.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
definitely want to see John Wick 5.
I
watch
hope
it,
they
yeah.
reinvent. I hope they reinvent it. Well, not reinvent it, but go back to the roots of John Wick 1 because
Yes.
2, 3, and 4 just became way too outlandish and focused on the action. 4, especially at the times where we said this before, sometimes it's just like, okay, get this action scene over with at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I will
hope
say
they don't overindulge.
I will say
in that.
spoilers because I got into trouble with somebody for spoiling something a month after it had come out. Jim D never thought he died. Yeah, it was very ambiguous.
Everybody
wasn't it?
knew he didn't die. Everyone in the
No.
cinema knew he wasn't. You know what they should do? They should have him meet Hutch in Nobody because it's in the same universe, isn't
yeah.
it? That would be
Oh, yeah.
amazing. That would be
That'd be
amazing.
great. Get
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk back there. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there you go.
Well, I don't think Keanu would come back. He's too old at this point. He said that it's incredibly physical on him. So unless we want the stunts to look bad or have a stunt double with his face CGI'd onto it, I don't think the Keanu will be back.
I think he might get one more out of him before he says enough. But
Yeah,
they'll have to be, they'll have to
yeah.
be quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
really
think,
quick.
but he's very fit for his age, and
He
he
is,
probably
yeah.
will endure all the stuff that's needed for the number 5. I did enjoy number 4 a lot, but I've only seen it twice though. I wouldn't because you are right. Once you see an action scene that keeps going and going, you kind of get a bit tired of it. The first time you watch it, you think it's fun, but the second time you watch
Yeah.
it just keeps going, and you're like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 59, so I guess they can crack one out, but he's not as like in shape as someone like Brad Pitt, doing that stuff that he used to do in Bullet Train. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Here you go. XBT needs a haircut.
No, keep the long hair. Looks good on him.
It does. Okay,
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Yeah.
let's move on.
Who's this guy?
Okay. David Fincher
Fincher.
says Netflix has by far the best quality control in all Hollywood. You know, we will not save cinema as a culture by restricting home distribution systems, he adds.
What's
I
he
don't
talking
believe you,
about?
David.
What's
I've
he
no
talking about?
idea.
He just had a new film release on Netflix on Friday, The Killer.
The Killer.
Is that out?
Yep.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Right, brilliant.
My dad watched it.
But that's what you call it. That's the
Is he
reason
good?
why. That's the reason why he's saying all
yeah.
this shit, right? This is the
Yep.
reason why he's saying this because he's sucking up to Netflix.
I was gonna say they have such good quality control, but they canceled the best show they ever made, which was also by him.
What's The Killer's all about anyway?
Wasn't Cuties, was it?
It's just a killer. You basically follow an assassin.
Michael Fassbender.
Oh yes,
that's
I saw the trailer for that. Yes,
But you kind of go into his psyche. The film kind of takes you into his mind and how it is, where he's sort of narrating what's going on at the same time, you know. So kind of gets an understanding of who he is. It's very interesting.
Here you go, folks. Anonymous bastard. Wait, it's out. It is?
It is out. It's got a Corking Smith soundtrack as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's not Fincher's best, but it's a good movie. That's it.
It's a bit John Wicky though, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
has it got a lot of action in it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like action, so I might as well. I'll watch it.
Is it decent, Z?
I enjoyed it. I watched it last night. So I'd certainly say sit down with some popcorn, take a look at it. It's a fair old action flick. I quite like the character design. Michael Fassbender's character particularly. He's very meticulous, very ordered, times everything, and loves the Smiths. So, you know, he's a top-notch serial killer in my book.
Here you go. I think Amelia Bedelia likes him. Michael Fassbender is a phenomenal actor.
He's one of
He
my
is.
favorite actors.
He's a good
Michael
actor, yeah.
Fassbender. Yeah.
Completely, like, I don't know. People don't really use him anymore. I thought that he would be bigger than he is.
He did a lot of flops. I think that's the problem with his career. He's had very
Yeah.
few successes, but even when he's in a bad movie, he still does really well in
Yeah, he
it.
did Assassin's Creed. He did the Snowman. I think that flopped as well.
A
Assassin's
horrible
Creed flopped as well.
Inglorious Bastards.
Oh yeah, he was in
he
there.
was, he was only in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Though, wasn't he?
X-Men.
Yeah, he played Magneto.
He did
Yeah.
Shame, where he was that sex addict as well.
Yeah, I hated
Yeah.
that film. That was rubbish.
Here you go. Side effect. Fassbender is big where it matters.
Yep. Yep.
Much like Liam Neeson, yes.
Fassbender.
I think I'm going to watch. Here you go. Eggs BT. Sorry. Here you go.
Oh, he also
Looks-
did all the shitty Alien movies. He was the AI guy.
Mm.
It was.
Oh, yeah, that probably killed his career a bit as well.
I think I'm going to be watching something while munching on my toast tomorrow. Okay.
Stop munching on your toast.
Let's move on. Anybody see this? I should have put it in.
Going.
Kevin Feige is a Lego minifigure in an Avengers Tower set that costs $500. Are you kidding me?
Is Kevin Feige bald by any chance?
Let me look it up. I think so.
He's
Because-
thinning. I remember.
Yeah, because he always wears that hat, doesn't he?
Here you go, folks. Atom Gray's channel link again. Subscribe in dribs and drabs, please. Let's get him up to 500.
So Kevin Feige's hairline basically starts at the middle of his head.
Okay. Well, that explains that then.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's like really at the dead center in the middle, and then it's just all at the back. That's it.
Okay.
Here you go, folks. Sword in the Storm. Lego prices are out of control. Electric Boogaloo.
I agree.
The tower does
Legos
look
are
good.
expensive.
The tower does look good.
Better
Oh, does
investment than gold.
Wasn't this tower destroyed in one of the Marvel films recently?
Yeah,
Avengers Tower?
recently.
it was in the first Spider-Man film, wasn't it? When they were collecting, what is it? Batman. Michael Keaton was collecting all the metal stuff, wasn't he? And he became Vulture.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really going back to the golden days.
Yeah, because there's nowhere else to go with Marvel, is there? You know,
Mhm.
Kate Bishop and the Teen Avengers. No, thank you. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So there's nowhere to go. That's why they're doing this.
Don't you want to see more of Hulk's son?
No.
Scar.
Oh yeah, they fucked up Planet Hulk, man. I read the comic book for the first time not too long ago, and Jesus Christ, they missed out on such a great opportunity.
Hulk's son. What the?
Ego Titan, the tower got sold off to an unknown buyer.
Hold on. So, related but unrelated question. How did Hulk have a son? Because I thought the reason he couldn't bone Natasha Romanoff was
Oh,
because it elevated his heart rate too much and it would turn him into Hulk. So how
Yeah,
did
but
he
I
have
mean,
kids?
he did it while he was Hulk, I guess. With
Yeah,
Oh, he Hulk smashed then.
no. He's Professor Hulk now, so he's part of he's clever Hulk. In other words, he's not
But
stupid
he's still
Hulk.
a Hulk. He's
Yeah, but
he's
he's
giant.
yeah.
yeah, his son
Well,
is a Hulk. So
yeah. So he must have went with another Hulk.
Who
yeah,
was the other Hulk that he boned
what?
then?
I don't know.
Was that not explained in the show at all?
I never
No.
saw it.
No.
We don't know
I
who the baby mama is.
Yeah, fucked She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. So funny.
Yeah. I mean, he
Okay,
just pops up and says, "Hey, look, this is my son Scar." Boom, that's it.
Scar.
Garbage. Shall we move on?
Is it like
Yes.
Scar in Lion King?
Lion King? No, I don't think so.
Hilarious.
I put this in. Lloyd's, this is a little bit of real life stuff, folks, announces it will pay 52 million in slavery reparations. How the fuck are they going to do that?
What's Lloyd's?
It's Lloyd's of London,
Bank.
which is an investment firm. It's not Lloyd's the bank.
Oh, I thought it was the
there are
bank.
No, the bank. It's not the bank. It's Lloyd's of London is a very, very large investment firm, which is separate from Lloyd's Bank. They looked past and found that the company was established using proceeds from investments in cotton plantations, etc. So they will pay lots and lots of money because they have lots and lots of money. But as soon as they announced it, they were of course told that it was nowhere near enough because it never is.
Was it Jim D to fucking who? Yeah, who?
Who's getting the money?
Yeah,
Don't know.
BLM.
Yeah, they have to go buy some mansions, you know.
Yeah, they need a bigger mansion.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
52 million for a mansion's not a lot, is it?
When does India and Sri Lanka get reparations for all the damage the British did there?
After we've got reparations for the Romans because they did nothing for us.
Oh my god.
What do the Romans do for us?
The aqueducts.
Yep.
Oh,
Road
funnily enough,
sanitation.
dude, I live in the
Attention.
Roman town. I can ask them for you if I ever find one.
It's a
Sometime-
crazy.
You just don't get a joke, do you?
It's a crazy world, everybody. Just fucking hell, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Hey, this world is making me feel depressed.
I'm struggling for in the bin this week. Struggling.
We've already done the Marvels, haven't we?
This stream was in the bin technically. Then yes, I was struggling, and then just nothing kind of stuck out for in the bin really. But somebody last minute posted this, so I thought, oh, okay. There's a new Star Trek series on the way, folks.
My Star Trek series order has been put in for Star Trek. Oh, I'm reading out loud.
A Star
Yeah.
Trek series order has been put in for Star Trek Starfleet
Oh
Academy.
no!
It's coming from Alex Kurtzman
Kurtzman.
and will be in the
The Clutch universe.
Kurtzman verse. So Shadow Man's going to pass on it, and then there's a big kind of blah blah bollocks.
But it's happening.
Yeah.
But they've been talking about that for ages. In fact, that was
God.
the original idea for the movie, wasn't it? That they would. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Harv Bennett, many years ago, the savior of Star Trek, this was his idea to do Starfleet Academy thing.
Yeah, but
So
he
it's
came to
been-
his senses, didn't he? and he didn't. So this
I think they
Klutzman,
did Star Trek 6 instead.
yeah, they did. So this Klutzman's going to take this a bad idea and run it through the floor with identity politics in it, and yeah, it's going to be
Well, no, from the
rubbish.
pitch at the bottom there, they're definitely aiming at the youth market, which is going to be so
The
it's
youth.
teenage Star Trek characters trying to appeal to teenagers in real life. So you can imagine how shit that's going to be.
They probably the Paramount have probably seen Gen V and thought, oh, well, a bit of that, but in the Star
Ute.
Trek world, yeah, the Ute.
The Ute,
Here you
man.
go, Nicky Rellahan, £2, real money allegedly, folks. Brown in the bin with Bree's feet. No.
Bree's
I think
feet
he'd like
goes
that.
in.
That would be a positive ending to this show.
Well, it'd be better than Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. Here you go. Yeah, this has been planned. I think this was planned round about the same time as Star Trek 6, but they made Star Trek 6 instead. Thank God.
Seriously, it's going to be rubbish. Everybody knows it's going to be rubbish, and only the normies are going to be watching this that don't have a clue. End of.
It's going to be rubbish, or it's going to be something else, Ian? What's it that you always
It's
call
going to be shite.
It's dead, folks. It's not even resting. Okay, so Kurtzman in the bin. Where you belong, mate.
How did we get to this? How?
Picard season 3 was just a hint of, if they're true to the material and don't take the piss,
Well, what could be?
they will come, as it were.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, it was a success, but it wasn't that much of a success, was it? Somebody.
Do you guys
tell
think
me.
that Star Trek itself is a big enough franchise that has
Yeah.
survived like to this day? Because I know that Star Wars is big, but if you ask youngsters today, a lot of them have at least watched a Star Wars movie, but a lot of them haven't either heard or seen an episode of Star Trek.
Star Wars, Star Trek
Star
are
Wars,
the pinnacle.
Star Trek. They should be
Or should
doing a new show with new characters. Bring back the Enterprise if you have to, but that's what they should be doing. They shouldn't be going backwards
Yeah,
again.
you go, Iceman, Star Trek, the musical next.
next.
Well,
Well, they had
the-
that, didn't they?
Yeah, we had the. That's
Yeah.
I bailed on that.
It is culturally iconic. It's added a huge number of effectively memes to the culture, from the red shirt to Spock's little Vulcan hand sign. Like, everybody knows a little bit about Star Trek, but I mean, I would completely agree with you in terms of its mass familiarity in all of its many intricacies. Nobody under the age of 45 is going to be particularly familiar with Star Trek as Star Trek used to be. However, it's one of the reasons when J.J. Abrams reboots the franchise, he effectively turns it into Star Wars. And it's quite successful when the first Star Trek reboot comes out, because it's a Star Wars film. Star Trek's not ever really been known for major cinematic entertainment. It's always been a slow-paced, thoughtful, quite niche TV production. That's what it should be, and that's all it needs to be, because it was perfectly successful, with a few cancellations aside, in that format. Bringing back something like this, I don't know how well stuff like Lower Decks did, for example, which was a concerted attempt to introduce it to a new audience, but I don't even know if you'd really call Lower Decks Star Trek to begin with, given that it's effectively it looks at least like Family Guy in space. So I don't know. Yeah, it's not. I'm not at all interested in it, and I don't mind Star Trek as a franchise.
Let's not forget Star Trek Discovery just around the corner.
Oh, the final season.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Thank fuck for that.
Nobody's going to be watching it.
Nobody's
would
going to be
anyone
watching
watch
this.
it?
Nobody's enthused for anything from Secret Hideout anymore.
It is rubbish.
It is a rubber stamp of poor quality.
It's shit.
I watched Star Trek Discovery as a comedy, though. I mean, that was genuinely quite entertaining. Like, when the thing that's known for just feelings, and the big plot beat at the final episode of the last season was aliens that communicate with feelings, and all we need to do is tell them how we feel, and they'll be fine, and they can bring back all the characters who died. Brilliant, well done.
Didn't you
joking
review
right
them?
now? Is that
No,
an
that's
actual plot?
actually what happens. They borrow a bit from Arrival in trying to decode the alien language, and they realize they're communicating with feelings, and so they
Oh
just
my
have feelings
God.
conversations with each other. It's
Didn't
it's
you
Discovery.
review Discovery back in the ether of YouTube?
It was the first review I ever did on my channel, I think, for Star Trek Discovery.
How did it do? Is
It
still
was the
doing
first one that
okay?
was quite successful, so I sort of
Yeah.
thought, well, the film thing there must be something in it. So just carried on with that. Really, like those videos are like, it's like if you go back to Mr. Plinkett's early stuff doing Star Trek, they're not particularly well like viewed compared to the later stuff.
Yeah.
But it was the most successful one I'd done at the time, and so I thought, well, I have to finish it because I started it, so I finished it. And the same thing will happen with Rings of Power eventually. It just might take me another few years.
Right
Rings
before the
of-
season 2. There's your
That is the plan.
yeah.
Rings.
Oh,
Of
have you still not done Rings of Power?
I've got like 6 episodes left, I think.
You need to have 2 of you, don't you, to get it all out?
Yes, working on
Oh,
it. I'll find a way
okay.
of splitting myself at some point.
Okay. And finally, folks,
and family.
I can't remember what finally was.
What was it? Oh, it's
Z, could you read that?
Oh, look at that.
What's the story, Z?
Well, it's the original head that Anthony Daniels wore in A New Hope. It was expected to fetch, I think, 1.22 million,
Yeah.
but fell a little bit short, and now he made 843,000. It is a work of art, though. Iconic piece of movie memorabilia.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't sell for more, actually.
Mm,
Yeah, it was estimated 1.2. Yeah.
If you'd sold it 10 years ago, it probably would have made that much. But Star Wars is not what Star Wars used to be.
Oh, is it the Kennedy effect?
I was gonna say it's nobody likes Star Wars anymore. So if Star Wars were in a at least semi-decent state, this would have sold for a lot more.
Yeah, but still, this is from, the OT. This is, it's really like, it's important to history.
It is.
So-
Like when you're making investment decisions on stuff like this, at least part of it is you're banking on the enduring appeal of the thing that you're buying into. So it's the reason people will spend, I think, wasn't Michael Jackson's jacket, one of his jackets is up for auction at the moment, which is going to make probably $1 million at least. And that's because he's dead and there's no more damage that can be done to his brand. So it's a pretty surefire investment. He will always be incredibly popular. And people thought that of Star Wars once upon a time, but unfortunately they keep dragging it to new depths. And as long as they keep doing that, the enduring appeal of the franchise is not, in fact, a guaranteed thing. So it's still worth a huge amount of money. Effectively, this is a prop that's selling for nearly $1 million. But it is Star Wars, like you say. It's just that Star Wars is, again, not what it used to be. And eventually, people might even start to get to the point where they think, yeah, Star Wars, that was a thing once, kind of fun. That's about it. And the more you debate a franchise, the less valuable even the most valuable assets become.
Are you upset that it's worthless?
I think it's a sad indictment of where the franchise is now. I mean, it's still, look, again, it's almost $1 million for a prop. It's a huge amount of money. It still shows that there's an immense amount of affection behind the thing. But the fact that it's falling short of estimations, and those estimations were trying probably to be realistic at the time, is probably not a good sign. It's not the worst sign in the world. There are many worse signs, like the fact that they're banking on a Rey movie to revive the franchise. That's a bad sign. But it's still indicative of a general decline, I think.
You go, Sword in the Storm. Kathleen Kennedy bought it to use as a piss pot. Nikki Relhan, £2. Real money, folks. Z is giving out head again.
Ooh.
I am quite expensive, yes.
You didn't buy it, did you, Z?
No.
Would you have bought
Unfair.
it, though? Okay.
What if I had that sort of money?
Yeah, if you didn't care.
No. I'd just have one made. It'd be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So Z can give himself head for free. Why would he be
Okay.
paying?
It detaches and goes straight on top of my golden.
Golden head, nonetheless. So.
Somebody in the chat said, did Uncle Owen buy it?
it's the original head, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got even the dent on it.
Yep.
Oh.
You go 1 million to give head. Yeah.
And the same green circle as well.
Yeah. But what was it made of? Does anybody know? Is it just like plastic or something?
Spit and boot polish, apparently.
Anybody?
Probably aluminium or something.
Because I know
guess that, yeah.
No, far too heavy. It would have been molded.
he had a hard time, didn't he? In that costume, the second on
Yes.
Empire, it was made better for him. He
It
could
was
move through.
rubberized in Empire Onwards
Yeah.
to give him more movement.
Yeah.
Is that
But in-
why he was a bastard to Kenny Baker, do you think?
I don't know. Was he?
No, I think Kenny Baker was just a C nut. Anyway,
Moving on. Okay. Here you go. Coming in at the death. Larry, $20 made you look. Cheers, Larry. Thank
His
you
eyes
so
still
much.
light up as
Yeah.
well. That's
Thank you,
cool.
Larry.
If his eyes still light up, that's cool.
I think there's some other bits and bats he was selling, like a notebook or I don't know. There was some other kind of memorabilia from the movies. So let's hope he got his pension pot up to what he wanted.
Mm.
Okay, so I think that's it, folks. Oh, look at that. Breathe. That is it, folks. Big week for Brie and the Marvels and Disney and whatever. It's fucked, isn't it? That's it, folks. Chats, you are wonderful. Very, very subdued ending. Never mind. Chat, you are wonderful. Appreciate your interaction. Appreciate you turning up. Appreciate the super chats. Cheers, everybody. I will thank the guests. Z3PO. Cheers. Z.
good evening, Mr. Brown. Thank you for having me on, and thank you to the rest of the panel and the chat. We love you to death.
The Mega Geek. Cheers, Ian.
No worries. Absolutely no worries whatsoever. Thank you.
No, thank you. The little kitty cat's uninspired reviewer. Cheers, my friend. Great to have you on.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure. It's always great to be on. And hi, everyone in the chat, and bye, everyone in the chat.
Oh, yes. Facts.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
It
yes.
is always the deepest of pleasures being on this
Good
channel.
God.
And chat, stay moist.
We've had a good
Say
couple of days. Yeah. Great to have you on, Vex. Thank you, my darling.
Always good to be here.
And last but by no means least, the boy wonder himself. He's been away for a while. The little platoon. Cheers, Lord.
Thank you as ever.
You need to go work your ass off now, don't you?
Oh, yes, lots to do tonight.
Oh,
What's on the horizon? Do we know?
Yeah, no, it's got to finish Ahsoka for tomorrow, and then script the Marvels and get bits and pieces of that handed out, and then start working on it myself as well. So, yeah, a lot to get done.
Any beasts up happening?
I would hazard a guess and say not this week. I don't know about next week yet.
how's he
Okay.
doing anyway?
Is he all right?
Blue boy, yeah.
Oh no, he's fine. I mean, it's his stuff with his mum is the reason that we've been sort of on hiatus. I don't know exactly what the most recent position is on that. But I don't think it's terrible news. So fingers crossed, we'll be back
Okay.
sooner than later.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's it, folks.
I was just wondering how his mum was doing.
I think that's it, folks. We're going to be back during the week, probably Wednesday. Do some spaceship stuff.
Spaceships.
Yeah, spaceships. We'll be back at the weekend as well. So if we don't see you Wednesday, have a great week. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
Timing probably.